Man, that sounds like hard-hitting rain there. All right. Clear my voice there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good or almost good afternoon, actually. 11:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am definitely about an hour late. Usually not this late, but hey, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm here. I am here. You're here. I'm here. We're all here. No, we're not here. Listen, like I always say, good morning. Good to see you. I hope that you are doing well, no matter where you are and when you're watching this. Thank you. I don't expect you to be here when I go live. It's all right. I just leave it up in case anybody wants to watch it later. Not a big deal. It is Casual Friday. Means that we're kind of working and we're kind of not. So we're still in co-working because I want you to get your work done, and I want to try to keep you motivated and keep you going while you get your work done and I get mine done as well, or at least pretend to. So today I'm gonna wait. I've got a couple of. I was working on a sticker yesterday. If you saw yesterday's stream, I was trying to work on some little. I call them cute critter readers, or cute readers, I should say, but they're critters, and we went ahead and made them PNGs and SVGs. I really don't know why we made them SVGs because we're never going to use those. They're too complicated to be SVGs, but whatever. We did that. And the idea is that we were going to get some text and put it on it and maybe offer them on the shop as like a sticker without words and then a sticker with words and then maybe the words by themselves. So it'd be like three possibilities. Now, I don't know if I'm going to offer them as actual stickers or just as graphic downloads. That really is the question. So I did do a little bit of after stream. I kind of looked back at it. I didn't like what I had done. Obviously, I even said it at the end of stream. I'm like, I don't even know if I like the words. I don't like the way the words look. I got to think about this some more. And I did some thinking and I did rearrange it. So I'll show you that in a little bit. But we're gonna do a couple of. I'm gonna do a couple of things, and we can talk about anything really. I really should say AMA on the freaking subject here because I'm open for conversations today. I want to help. I want to give advice. I want this to be an advice show. It won't be the best advice, but it would be some advice. Some advice is better than no advice. How about that? Oh man, for the first time, look at this. Hold on a second. Let me see. Can I go, please, real quick before it changes. Check this out. For the first time, all the screens are actually very similar. Although, because they go random. They randomly change. And this is the first time that the three screens, actually the fourth one, no, it's not the same. But these three screens in front of me are actually very similar and using a very similar wallpaper. They rotate on their own. Ah, there it goes. It changed. Never mind. So much for that. Okay, so I got a couple of things yesterday. Let me go. What's this close-up cam? Is this too close? This is way close, but that's okay. We're going to do this for a second. So I got a couple of things yesterday from Amazon that I needed to get because I actually was looking through one of my old binders. I have a binder of cards. They're from like 1992. They're collector cards, but they're like comic book cards, I should say. And so back then they used to have a lot of promo cards back in the 1900s. Vampy girl, hello, good to see you. How you doing? Thank you for the follow, by the way. I did turn off my alerts, but I do see it. Welcome. So, anyway, so I was going through some of the cards and I realized that one of those cards is actually worth like it can be worth $50 right now. And if I get it graded, obviously it'd be worth more. That's only if somebody wishes to pay for it. But anyway, so I went through and I decided I was going to get a couple of things. I'm on this big view right now, so I hate being on this view because you see too much of me. There's a lot of me to see here. Anyways, so I got a couple of things from Amazon last night to kind of protect those cards, and they got this thing here. This is they say that it comes with 100 card holders and 100 card sleeves, and they're supposedly really good for to keep your cards safe. So I figured I have a number of cards there that are not graded, but they're worth anywhere between. Well, I'll show you the one I'm talking about. Hold on. This is a it's a comic book card. It's from the X-Men, and it's actually from the Metal series. I forgot what it's called. But, you know, by the way, what I use for this is ChatGPT. I say, hey, take a look at this card. Tell me what it's worth. And then it tells you where it's from and everything. All right. I don't want to take it out. Well, I have to take it out in a moment, but let me just take the sleeve out. I'll just show you this one sheet. All right, this card here, by the way, are you into AI? Am I into AI? Does a bear poop in the woods? Okay, you see this card in the middle there? Let me see if I can put this. You see that? That card in the middle, the rogue card, that card is worth supposedly $50. And can I tell you that I got it for free? It cost me nothing when I got it back in 1992. That's the back of it. It's called a Gold Blaster. It's a limited edition card. It's number 10 of 18. There's 18 of that series. And I completely forgot. I got these cards way back in the 90s. I'm seriously thinking it was like 1992. And when I got them, I just put them away. And these were only a handful of cards that I got from like some comic I bought, or maybe I used to hang out at a comic book store with a friend of mine that owned it. And yeah, and sure enough, each one of these cards on here, without being graded, without sending them to grade and all that, they said they're worth anywhere between, I think it was $20 to like $60, $50 or $60, each one. That's pretty good. So if I get them graded, which means that you get them graded, they say, you know what, because they're freaking brand new. I mean, they've never been touched since the 90s. That's a long time ago, since the 1900s. Anyways, yes, I do love AI, and I do work a great deal with AI. What do you do? Give me a second. Let me put this back. Okay. So anyway, so we got this box. I'm going to go ahead and open this up because we're going to put a lot of those into these. We're going to take them out of those sheets. So what do you do with AI? We also got these sleeves, and now the reason I got these sleeves, these are just sleeves. They're not hard. They're kind of like, they're not flimsy, but they're good quality. I got them for really cheap. I think this was like either $6.99 or $8.99 for like 600 of these. And we got these because we're gonna put all of our DaggerHeart cards in here. Why? Because I got the DaggerHeart limited edition, and I don't want, I know that thing's gonna be worth money later, so I don't want. And I'm if you're doing the writing, I'm guessing you're using ChatGPT, something along that lines. Yeah, these are great. I'm gonna have to do a video of these later. Put it on Amazon. All right, so I got 6 of these, 6 packs at 600. Because I think there's like 300 cards in the DaggerHeart game. Okay. I also got this display book, and it's display for digital printer album. So like if you like a lot, you know, I do a lot of AI art. Yes, don't throw stones at me. Don't throw stones at me. I do a lot of AI art. But I have a flow that's more than just writing a one-word prompt, okay? I actually sketch the stuff out first. I'm not going to show you my flow because I don't want anybody taking my ideas. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is, because, you know, I've got a couple of Etsy shops that I'm just starting out, still working on them. Trust me, they're not making me a fortune at all. But anyhow, I figured what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a portfolio, or I should say it's like more like a catalog of all the prints and like what sizes they come in and whatnot. And I'm going to put them in this book. That's right. And then I'm going to have this book with me all the times. I mean, I have it on my iPad, but then I'm going to make them in like a PDF page so that I can have them on my iPad. I can have them physically. I can put them up somewhere, anywhere. And I really want to do that because I want to keep a collection with me at all times. A lot of times people are like, hey, can I see some of your work? I need some some wall art. I'm like, sure. And then I have my phone with me and I'm like, I bring up my phone and I'm like, how about this one? But it doesn't look the same. So I want a printed copy that I can show and be like, this is the quality that you're going to get. Because I print it right here in this studio, right in there. Anyways, let's, let me go to full cam live. I'm going to go here. This is nice and comfy. Where's my chat one? Oh. There it is. I wonder why it's not working. That's okay. Anyways, you said you were writing a movie, a screenplay. That's awesome. Good for you. I love when people do creative stuff like that with ChatGPT or with any AI. It is a nice chill Friday. By the way, I did not tell you what I usually always start off with: the time, the date, and the weather here. So it is partly sunny in sunny South Florida. So it's not fully sunny, but it is 87 degrees outside. So that's freaking ridiculous, especially for 11:23 a.m. in the morning on May 23rd. It is May 23rd, in case you're wondering. That is a Thursday. Nope, sorry, Friday. See, I still think I'm yesterday. And we always forget the day. But today is really a casual day. Today's casual Friday, so I'm kind of working, kind of not. And I want to see maybe some other people are working. I know my buddy Brink is finishing up his morning routine because he's on the West Coast. So he'll probably stop in at some point when he gets a chance. He always does. And then my other friend is in Wisconsin, so I think she's an hour behind me. Is Wisconsin an hour behind Eastern, I think? An hour or two. So, and Guino is, I think Guino's working today. He had a little bit of a storm. Hopefully, he's up in the Northeast, and he said there was going to be a storm coming that was going to, was maybe going to take his power out. So these are pretty cool. Let me see if I can open these up. So they come with sleeves. Sorry. They come with sleeves, and they also come with inserts, like the rigid ones. So this goes in the card. The card goes in here, and then it goes in here. That's kind of how you keep it protected. So I'm going to open up one of these. I think it's childproof because I can't open it. Casual Friday. So what are you up to? If you happen to be sitting here just watching me and you're saying, well, this guy's crazy, that's cool. But what are you doing? Other than working. And what are you working on? Okay, I'm not going to take them all out, but I'm just going to open the bag like that. Take one of these out. You can actually put them just in this, but I think it just still float around too much in there, and it feels like it'd be difficult to take them out if I put them just in that. So I don't want to ruin the card. So we're going to put them in these first. Let me see how these feel. Oh yeah, these are like little sleeves. This is perfect. All right, let's see if I can do this. Put the knife away. Don't cut anybody. All right, I'm just going to put one away at a time. I don't like leaving them in these sheets for whatever reason, because I feel like there have been times there was a card. I can't remember which one it was. But when I went to take it out of here, it was stuck to the front. Like there was some humidity or something. And I'm like, oh no! Thankfully, it wasn't like an expensive card, but I would have been pissed off. I used to save a lot of these promotion cards from the days of like when in the 90s when the comic books were really, the comic book wars were really happening because of the fact that they had Image Comics was just starting out. There we go. This is a Wolverine. By the way, anything Wolverine related right now, this is Wolverine, like a vampire Wolverine. Wolverine becomes Lord of the Vampires. So this is a very sought after card right now. Anything that has Wolverine in it would be pretty up there. Even though, listen, this card costs me nothing. And even if I get what they said around $35 right now for this, that's amazing. All right, so then we take that card in the sleeve and we just drop it right into one of these rigid ones. Just push it right in down in there. I'm going to straighten it out just because I'm pretty OCD like that. I'm like, no, it has to be straight. Somewhat. There it is. So now it's safe. And I can take it out and show it to you. And not worry about touching it. Now I should be putting on some gloves. Let me see if I might have my gloves. Okay, I've got 2 sets of gloves. I got these flimsy ones. Or I got these. I think these are going to be more difficult. So I'm going to try with the flimsy ones. Boy, these are terrible. Okay, I might have to keep one hand like regular. All right, so this one's done. I'm gonna put them in a. Ooh, I have a box. Hold on. So when I got DaggerHeart, when I got the limited edition box, it came with these 2 boxes on the sides of it, and look, I can just put them right in there. I'm just gonna lay it in there for now. All right, let's see if I can do this with this glove, because the idea is to try to get the card out without damaging it. Perfect. That worked. And then I can use this hand for regular stuff. Regular stuff. All right. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. Now, I believe that's the Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is still popular. Take these out. Put this in here. So once I have, it's kind of a little tough to squeeze in here. So you have to like really, you got to kind of like squeeze this on the side here like that, and then just push them in there. And then once they're in, they're in. Perfect. Look at that. These are actual. Are they foil? There's some of them are foil. Yeah, the metal part at the bottom. Okay. Next is Carnage. Carnage is pretty up there in popularity. There was a series when Carnage first came out in Amazing Spider-Man. I think it was 361 or 362. It was a comic way back in the day, and I got to be really careful with this one. Anyways, when that came out, that comic was really popular. I mean, it had the second printing and everything. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that first appearance of Carnage on that comic book, which is from the 90s, by the way, I think it's like $300. And I do have that one. I have it's like a 3-part story across 3 different Spider-Man comic book titles. And I think I have all 3. And I think together, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably about $500 for all 3 of them. There's Carnage. Don't mind my my Michael Jackson glove. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm gonna bend it like Beckham. Oh God, I'm old. I'm saying these old sayings from like the 90s or something. Okay, don't wrinkle it. Perfect. There we go. Nice. This isn't even a numbered card. Let me see the back. Yeah, because they're all promotional. Let me see. Come on. Oh yeah, it is. There's a number 71. Yeah. Some of these are numbered. I honestly, I should have bought that whole set back then. I'm like a dummy for not doing it. The only set I bought back then entirely was the Jim Lee X-Men 100 card series. That's the only one I bought back then. So I still have that one. But I should have bought that one, and I should have bought the 1992 Masterpiece ones, which I have a couple of those. I'll show you. Those 2 sets I should have bought. They would have been, not just because they're worth some, but because they're beautiful. You're not going to see anything like that again. All right, where's the other one? Okay, so Gambit's not getting a lot of money right now. There is a new Gambit. Supposedly there's a Gambit movie working, but I've given up on the Marvel movies. They're just, I don't know, they've just sucked. But the only good thing about Marvel movies coming out is that whatever character it is, it's going to raise the prices of any collector stuff that you may have of them. So that's actually cool. But here's what's funny. The thing with collections is that you only make money if you sell them. But chances are, a lot of the people that have these items, they don't want to sell them. They want to keep them. They want to, just keep them as a collection, which is kind of what I do. Like, I used to have a big comic book collection. No, I'm not going to say big, because I'm sure there's people that have a huge one. But for me, I was collecting for only a couple of years. Because when I was little, I had a bunch of comics and my mom threw them out because she says this is trash. And she ended up throwing them all out. I was so pissed. But that was in the 70s. Imagine what those things would have been worth today. But anyhow, then I started collecting again in... That's Gambit. Metal. Anyways, I started collecting again like in the early 90s. So for about 2 years, I would say, I'd say 2 to 3 years, I started collecting, and I got I probably had at least 1,000 comics by then. At least. Now I think about how much the comics were worth then. I think they were like $1.50 or something, maybe $2. And I'm trying to think to myself, how did I come up with the money to pay for those? I mean, I had I think I had well over 1,000. I probably had like 1,500. And that was only in like 2 to 3 years. So and then I ended up then getting some other ones later, but not a lot. And so now I think I have like, honestly, there's a cabinet there, and it's about this many. Yeah, not that much. This is the stack of comics I have. That's it. And I don't even know how many that is. It's not a lot. But there's some key ones there from before. I would think that the most expensive one is probably that Spider-Man right now. I've got a few that are like $100, $200. But the majority of them are like, 25, 50, maybe 100, somewhere between 100 and 200. But I think the only one that's really worth anything is that Spider-Man series I told you, where with first appearance of Carnage. So anyhow, but now when you collect, it's like you don't really want to sell your stuff, but you would hope that you pass it down to, this is Chamber. I don't know who that is. It's one of the newer X-Men guys. You would hope that you would pass this stuff down to your kids, maybe them to their kids, and as long as they know the value of them and they, take care of them and put them away, they could be, listen, my grandkids might be able to benefit from this and make a good hefty profit off of it. And that's what I'll tell them. Save this for your future. If your mom, my daughter, does not put money away for you for college, which she better, I'll tell my grandkids, use my comic books and my comic cards and anything else that I leave you and sell it. Get yourself some money, get yourself an education. That's what I would say to them. Okay, this one's hard to take out. Got it. Now, by the way, I'm just going to show you this card for a second. This is the quality. I just want you to look for a second. There are no dents. I'm going to block it here. There's no dents. There's no scratches. There's none of the edges are wrinkled. No corners are wrinkled. Nothing. This is 10. All right. This is freaking perfect. I need to get some of these graded, but the problem is, you know how much it is to grade a freaking card? Honestly, it's like $25 a card. Anywhere between $25 and $30 each card to grade it. You have to send it somewhere. I believe there's a place nearby. I don't know if it's still open. It used to be open before COVID. I don't know if it still is. And you pay $25 or something like that. It's around $25 or $30 per card to have it graded. And then they seal it into something for you. Now, so the card needs to be worth at least that much for you to want to do that. So yeah, I could see even the comic books are that much. I think the comic books are like $34 to grade them. And the idea is that if you grade them, they're worth more. Because now they have been sealed and they have been graded based on their quality, and it tells them how much it's worth. That's beast. So that's a good thing about grading them. So if you have cards that are worth, above $25, it might be a good thing to for future. It's a good investment to actually grade them. I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a small amount. I'll do 10 cards a year and 10 comics a year. So if I grade 10 comics and 10 cards a year, that will be okay. So therefore, I'll put that as a budget. I'll be like, okay, I'm not spending more than, let's say it's $25. I'm not spending any more than $500 on grading cards or comics. And that's the way I would do it. And then over time, I'll be able to, have all the ones I want graded. And not only that, is I will grade the most expensive ones first, the ones that are the most value, because by next year, the ones that are not of as much value could possibly go up. And then they'll be worth spending the investment of having them graded. I think that's the way I see it. Like this card, for example, this is Black Cat, the metal card again. And this isn't worth that much. This is I think it was like 15 or I think they said it was maybe $15 to $25. Now, obviously it's pristine, so it'd be 25. I'm pretty sure it's not that much. And the reason why is because Black Cat has not been a big, even though, hey, it's a favorite character to a lot. And by the way, that is not a great picture of her. But it's not a real popular character as far as like with the new generation and with the new movies or anything. But if they gave Black Cat like a significant role in a Spider-Man movie, yeah, we would see Black Cat stuff getting expensive. There you go. Nice. Okay. I'm doing the rogue last because I'm like really scared to touch that one. I know that one's only worth $50 right now because it's not graded, but if it's graded, I've seen people sell it for a lot more. Not to, here's the thing. I'm not saying anybody's willing to buy it for the big amount. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We're doing Chimera right now. Let me bring it up on the little screen here that we have. Summary Rogue. What was it called? Gold Blaster. Okay. So it's a Rogue Gold Blaster card. And I'm just going to show you a couple of them. So on eBay right now, there's a card that's not graded. They're asking $250 for it. This card is not graded. Let me get to the big screen so you can see this. Let's go and use desktop. That's fine. So this card right here is not graded. That's the card I have. But they're trying to sell it on eBay for $250. Now this card, somebody else is selling it too. They're saying it's not graded. They're saying it's a 10. Oh no, it's not saying it's a 10. I can see some issues. Let me open this one up because it's $7.95. If this is a good quality card, it would be worth getting. But I'm already seeing the dents on the corner. You see that? Hold on, let me make this bigger. I'm going to show you this. I want you to see this. Right there. You see that dent in the corner? That right there? That's not a 10. Now I'll show you something else. You see the scratches? That right there? That's not going to work. You see that right there? That line? That's going to be a problem. Look at this corner. That corner's horrible. Now that's even missing some paint there. Let's go to the other corner. Look at the bottom. Oh yeah. Yeah, this card, you'd be lucky if it even gets a 5. There's scratches. There's the other. All 4 corners have little dents in them. Yeah, so that's a shame. Because that's why $7.95. If you're just looking to collect the card because you wanted to make sure you had all of them, then yeah, that's great. But that's a shame. All right, so this guy's selling his car for $250. I'm curious. I want to take a look, see if we can see it. Let's make a big one. All right, let's look at the corners. Okay, that corner doesn't look terrible, but I can't tell. It's a little blurry. Yeah, that corner's bad. This is not a good card either. He's not going to get $250 for this. No way. The picture's bad anyways. See that right there, that line? Oh yeah, no, I don't think so. That corner's messed up. Nah, this corner's bad. I think if that's the card, that's the corner. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as the first one. And it doesn't have any major scratch. I don't know if that's a scratch or not. But still, he's not going to get $250 for that. It's not even graded. That's the problem. If it was graded, maybe. Let me look at the back of the card. Maybe I can see the corners better. Yeah, the corner doesn't. Yeah, I can't tell in the corners. Sometimes, yeah, this corner's a little messed up. And the card on the bottom, you can tell it's a little messed up. But not terrible. But there's no way he's going to get a $250 for this card. Good luck. I hope you do. I hope you do, but no. By the way, it's a 1995 card. Let's look at one that is actually these right here. I'm going to look at a couple. Let me look at 2 of these. This one here. Hey, welcome back. I had to ask you about your movie. Like, what like if you were using ChatGPT, but that's okay. You were busy. It's okay. Let me see. This is open this one up. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, hold on. Open link. Oh, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to click on it. There it is. Okay. So this is supposedly, I think, what's the grade on this? I can't tell. Is this saying it's a 10? I think it's saying it's a 10. And somebody's selling this for $169. Remember how I said unrated is like $50 for a you know, a 10 out of 10? So let's see what this one. Let me look at these corners. Yeah, see, this is good. Can't tell. It's hard to tell because it's in a case, but they gave it a 10 because it probably has no scratches or anything. And this person's trying to sell it for $169. We will see if anybody buys it. Let me see who else. Look at another one. This one is an 8.5 selling for $29. Pre-owned. And it is certified, actually. So let's take a look at that one. Just curious. I wonder why it's an 8.5. Maybe the bottom? I don't know. Maybe the corner's a little bad. So it's an 8.5. Yeah, I think it's the bottom because the bottom's a little bit weird. Let me see the back of the card. Yeah, I can't tell. So it's really weird. They gave it an 8.5 and this guy's selling it for, he's basically giving it away for $29.99. Oh no, don't worry about it. I talk to myself a lot. It's fine. I'm just going to scroll down through here for a second. So as you can tell, even people that that have 9.5s or 9s, 8.5 is $49. This one's $62.95. This is graded. Then you have the basic card. Nobody really wants the basic card. Although it'd be nice to have both of them. $13 for this one. I need to see it because it's probably going to be, let's see if it's messed up. Ah. Sorry, did it wrong. It doesn't let me like click on the link the way I like to. All right, let's see. Let's look at this one. Why is it only I can't, that's too blurry, you can't tell. I think the bottom of it looks like it, yeah, there's some scratches. Yeah, there's some little lines and stuff. Maybe that's what it is. I gotta look at mine in a moment. I don't think I have any of that stuff. Haha. Did you know you can use AI in D&D? Oh yeah, all the time. I actually created my characters with AI. I gave them a backstory, and then I actually had it generate not only my character sheet based on like I fed it all the information, and then like I said, heck, this is all the books, so you know what to do. And then I actually had it create a story and play along with me, like it would be my DM. Then there's also somebody else did actually. There's a ChatGPT has GPTs that people have made, and there's a few of them that are D&D ones that will either one create a character or two actually run a story. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I've actually run a whole story for myself, and it was fun. Okay, I'm done looking for these. Let's go back. Let's go back to full. Is it full cam? I think it's full cam. You get to see my big giant face again. Lucky you. So what do you use AI for other than writing a screenplay? And I'm guessing you're using ChatGPT. Okay, so see this one I'm noticing. See if I can get this close. All right. See that corner right there? That will have a deduction on it. I don't know if you can see that. I'm getting it as close as possible. Yeah, that little corner right there. And this is why I want to put them in this. So this one, other than being, and this isn't really an expensive card, so I'm not too worried about it. This is probably not going to be one that I grade anyways. But it's Chimera. But it is. I make music also. I forgot to put it in a sleeve. So this would probably be an 8.5. And that's where unless this card is worth a lot, which it's not, I wouldn't send it to get graded. Because that would be a loss. You know, it's funny. Like I use obviously I use AI and make AI art with it. But I'm very careful with making sure how I use it. Excuse me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I have my daughter's graduation today from high school, so we we got some things going on. Are you on Discord or not right now? I do have a Discord. We have a community Discord. And this is socials. Okay, it's time to do the road card. I'm kind of worried now. I'm trying to see if there's any bad corners in here. I don't think so. I don't see any bad ones. I think it's a 10. Let's make sure I don't. Right now, I'm looking at it in this thing, and it doesn't. I don't see any bad corners at all. Cool. Yeah, you're welcome to join. We got some rules. Nothing major, but you can see the rules on there. I think one of the most important rules is no self-promotion. Things like that. And we try to keep it PG-13 also. Just because a lot of us have, we have kids, we have families, and we don't do that kind of stuff. So there are some rules on there. You can take a look. We're just a small community. Okay, I'm trying to take this card out without damaging it, and it is really tough. This is why I don't like these, I don't like these. There we go. So I don't see any damaged corners here. Let me see. The corner's good. That one's good. I think it's good. Wait. Oh, what was that one? Hold on. Hello. No, it's good. Okay. So I think this is one of the first ones I'll have graded. And honestly, I'm not very... Oh, crap. I'm trying to put this into the sleeve without getting any corner bend here. All right, there we go. I'm honestly not very attached to these cards, so the only reason I will save them is I will save them for my future generations. But if push came to shove and I needed to get quick money for whatever reason, I would sell them. I'd be like, it's okay. Anyhow. Casual Friday, baby. Let's put these away. Now, I haven't even looked at the stock market, see how it's been doing. It's kind of just been all over the place, so I'm just kind of like, what's the point? I try to look at every once a month, kind of seeing how it's doing, and then every quarter we'll make adjustments based on performance. But it's just not worth looking at daily. You're going to be really upset. Okay, so let's see. Corners look good on this one. I don't see any issues. And by the way, let me see if I can get up close here for a second so you can see this. There is no, like... I'm trying to block my face. There we go. There's nothing about this card that has any scratches or anything like that. So I gotta say, this has got to be a 10. And if this is a 10, it's going to fetch good money. That's if anybody wants this. Now, Rogue is a character that's never really been explored in the Marvel universe on the shows or on TV, whatever, on the movies. But I think if they did... What is that? Hold on a second. I think if they did, they would be... What is that? What is that little thing above her shoulder? Oh, no. What is that? Is that part... Hold on. What is that? I'm gonna be pissed if that's something, if that's a water thing. I can't tell. I'm gonna be pissed. Are there any movie studios that allows AI? I think there are movie studios that do AI. I think a lot of movie studios are doing AI, but they have to like say. But I don't think they. It's kind of like like when you do CGI in the past. But they have to be like obviously not putting somebody else. I'm sure those rules are changing little by little. Oh man, hold on a second. I am now not happy about this. Oh yeah, there's studios that use it now. They have to, they just, but they don't use it for like, I don't think they use it for people. I think they use it more for like like background scenes and things like that. Your script is made with AI. Yeah, I don't know what the how it's going to be received, like as far as like is it fully just AI, or are you doing any part of it? I mean, if it's just AI doing it, you might have an issue with people really being like, if it's for you and you're going to make the movie, it's fine. But if you're looking to sell it to somebody to make it, you might have an issue with that. And you're going to have, like, I'm not a professional on this whatsoever, but I would assume that there has to be, like, even for copyright reasons, there has to be a human component involved in it, other than just saying, make me this story. Oh, it's fully AI? Okay, yeah, no, you're not. No offense, but one, you won't be able to copyright that. But if you're doing it for you, for fun, and for maybe a school project, or, you know, whatever, you want to make films just for yourself and maybe put the films out there and you're going to produce them yourself, then that's fine. But if you're looking to sell that screenplay, you might not be able to do that. But then again, I'm not a professional. I would seek a professional to answer those questions. It's for fun though? Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm good. Oh my god, that scared me for a second there. So I was looking at this this little bowl piece right here, and I'm like, is that a water damage? And so I was so scared. Let me show you what I was talking about. Make this bigger. This right here, this little corner right there, I saw that and I was like, what is that? No, that's actually part of the card. Okay, good. Ooh, scared me, man. I was like, it's like, great. I think even this one has it. Yeah, even this card right here has it. Yeah, so it's like her little cape. Man, that's it's for fun though. Oh, that's fine. See, when it comes, like, for me, when it comes to, and this is just my standard, when it comes to movies, video, or screenplays, or even books, I personally will not use AI. And not because I don't like it, but because of the fact that if I'm doing it for me, I'll do it. It's not a big deal. Like, if I'm going to come up with a D&D story because I need an adventure for one of the campaigns, or, you know, for, like, you know, play with the family or whatever, I do it. It's fine. If I want to come up with a story because I'm doing like a Christmas game, you know, let's say if it's for personal use, I do it. But I will not create AI video, AI books, or AI music to sell. Yeah, that's a little different. Unless I have a big hand in it. So if I, for example, if I write something myself and I have the gist of it, the idea, here's everything, and I'm just like, I wrote everything, but I don't have the best grammar, let's say. I need a little bit more on this one scene, but I have it laid out entirely. I just need maybe a little interjection there, whatever. Then that's okay. Then I'd run that through. I'd say, hey, here's the screenplay I wrote, or here's the story I wrote, and I just need you to clean it up. Fix the grammar, misspellings, anything that you think doesn't work, maybe the flow of it or something, let me know so I can, like, reorder it or whatever. And that's I guess it's as an editor, using ChatGPT as an editor. That's how I would use it. In fact, that is how I use it. And so if I do that, then yeah, then you can sell it. Because of the fact that you wrote it, you're just using ChatGPT as your editor. And that really is, when you think about it, AI is really meant to be a worker for you, not the worker for you. So, in other words, something that you can use to help you get your job done, but not something to do your job for you, if that makes sense. Okay, next cards. These foil ones are really hard to I need to get some glasses. I mean, I wear glasses, but I mean, for this kind of stuff here. I get my finger behind this card so I don't ruin it. Ooh. You don't want to put fingerprints on it. That's why I'm using these gloves. Okay, so this is a Venom promotional card. This was a Venom promotional foil card. Let's see if I can show this to you. Yeah, there it is. So it is a promotional card. It is not one from the set. So there's the promotion in the back of it. It's Advanced Comics. And so it is one of those cards that you don't get in the pack. You only get it if you had the promotional piece. So we'll have to see what this one's worth. I'm putting it in the sleeve first. All right, perfect. All right, so let me look this one up real quick. And if I took pictures of these, I can give those. By the way, I was going to say this earlier. You can use ChatGPT to get you a price guide or to get you a price on any collector stuff that you have. So you can say, hey, I have this card. I don't know what it's worth. Can you check it out? And they look at the card, look at the back of the card. They tell you when the card's from, what deck it's from, or where it's from. And then it tells you it's going for this. This is the rate that it's going for. That's pretty cool. But the problem is you have to show it the picture. So I would have to take a picture of all of these, which I'm going to do later. But this is just something I'm curious about. So let's do Venom promo card Advanced Comics. There it is. Okay, so just to give you an idea, let's go to news. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so this card is on eBay. And by the way, just because somebody lists it for a certain amount doesn't mean that's what it's going to sell for. But sometimes they do. So if we look at the price that people are putting them for, this is ungraded, just like mine. And I don't know what shape it is, but this one's selling for $59. Then they have another one that they have in a sealed case. It's $80. This one's not graded either. $129. This one, none of these are graded. I think the last one is. No, I don't know. So it's $13. That's probably really crappy. And then here's another one, $195. So I'm going to scroll down for a second. And I'm going to look for... Let's see if anybody graded them. Okay, here we go. So they have to be 10s in order to get money. In order to be worth something, they need to be anywhere between 10 and 8. 8's even, you lose a lot. But if you get an 8.5 or up, you probably still make some money on them. But look at this. This is ridiculous. Now, I don't even think this is not possible. Somebody's selling this for $7,000. It is graded. It is in 10 in mint condition. It's basically a card I'm holding in my hand. And they think they're They're hoping to get $10,000. I mean, sorry, $7,000 for it. I don't see it. I mean, you never know. I hope they do, because if they get it, then I can say, hey, remember that card that sold for 7,000? I have one here. I'll sell it to you for 2,000. Drive the price up. But yeah, here's another one, $49. That's only an 8 though. That's the problem. There's a big disparity. Let me see if I can find another one that's a 10. Here's the problem though. A lot of people did not keep these cards, or they didn't keep them in good condition. They just kind of threw them there. I immediately put them in a sleeve. I'm like, I got to put this away. You know, it's like, it's one of those things. So you never know. Anyways, this is definitely a card I would grade, because even the fact that I can sell it for $50, it's still more than 25, and it'll help me. Like I said, it costs like 25 to get them graded, so I would definitely get this one graded. So that's something I would do. All right. Hey Vamp, if you're still here, do you do any AI art, or do you just use ChatGPT? Even though ChatGPT now has... Are you doing the free version, or do you have a pro version? There's so much, because I think is it the plus version? I can't remember. But the one you pay for, even if you pay the $20 one, you get access to so much stuff, like so many of the GPTs that are already done for you. Make your life a whole lot easier. You know what's funny? I think I use ChatGPT more than I use Google now. If I need to search something, or I want a comparison to something, I just ask ChatGPT. That's pretty cool. There it is. Pretty nice. Okay. All right, this card, I'm kind of questionable with this. This was another hologram card, but there was 4 of these. I think I have 3 of them. And the problem is that the foil is completely different on this one. And I need to look this up, because it looks so faded out. Let me put it in a sleeve first, and I'm going to show it to you to see if you can see it. Because when I look at it, it looks blank. I have to angle it a certain way in the light to actually see it. And so for me, nothing has happened to the card, but that's just the style of this foil. And it's really hard to see. Okay, there we go. So, all right, let me show this. So if you look at it a certain way, you see how hard it is? This is the way I see it. So you have to angle it a certain way so you can see what's there. Let me see if I can do it this way. This way you don't see nothing. If you angle it downwards, you start to see it. I'm trying to get it in view. Give me 1 second. See what I mean? It's really hard to see. All right, let's try this again. I'm sorry. I know it's reflecting. I'm trying to do it so it doesn't reflect the monitor. I'm gonna do like this. There it is. Okay. That's the card there. So you see how hard it is to see? Like, there I see it perfectly. But it's a tough one to see. All right. That's a Wolverine. Again, Wolverine stuff. Who makes this? I think this was from X-Men 2. Maybe the Jim Lee ones. Let me see if I can find it. Wolverine H3. Jim Lee. X-Men card. Graded. Okay, there it is. So yeah, so these cards are a little bit harder to see. So it's not just mine, but somebody's trying to sell it for 6,000. Wow. And then this one's 129. Let me go to desktop. I'm sorry. So this is the card here. So we can go do it. So you see how theirs looks so good, but I'm having a hard time looking at mine that way. I mean, it is there. I see it. I just have to angle it downwards, but they're angling it upwards. And they're able to see it. So I'll have to look into that and see what the problem is. But I don't think this card will get a lot because of the fact that there is a line on it. And I believe that line, this is one of the cards that I believe that sticker, I mean, not sticker, that sleeve kind of stuck to. So I think maybe that sleeve damaged it. That's why I wanted to get them out of there. So anyways, I don't think I'll be making any money on this card. If anything, I'll make $25 on it or something. So I'm not going to grade it. Nope, not worth it. Mine has a line on it. I mean, the rest of the card is perfect, but it's just it has a line across it, so that might not be a good thing. I might look, if I see, you can see it there. Oh wait, let me get my finger out of the way. Right there, you see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's damage. So more than likely, I think some of the foil came off of this one. That's a shame. If I see this card, I will replace it. If I see it for a good amount, I will buy a new card of it. But I will not buy a $6,000 one. See, like, look, this guy's got, this card here. This guy has the same issue that mine does. You see how hard it is to view it? Let me see. Look at that. It's there, just like mine is there. It's 8. Yeah, this would definitely probably be an 8. How much is he selling this for? $69. Yeah, I figure $25, $40 I'd probably get on this. I don't know if it... I don't even know if it'll be worth grading it. But we will see. You never know. Okay, this is the next one. Now, I'm really surprised this one's not doing well. I'm gonna find a good one so I can show it to you. Oh wow, there's no 10s on this one. Really? Impossible. Wow, there's... Oh, here's a... No, that's not the same one. There are no 10s on this one? That's a... What is that, a 6? Oh my god, that's a 6? I gotta look at mine. Alright, so let me show you the one that I'm looking at. So this guy's got a 6. Let's see if I can make this bigger here. So that card is a 6. And it's selling for... They're trying to sell it for 125, 169. Oh, mine is damaged. Never mind. See, that was the problem. I swear, I really should never have put them in here. So this one's damaged. This is not even, this is going to be a 4. It's really hard. This is what I'm talking about. I was so pissed. Both of my Wolverines got ruined. Actually, I believe my X-Men one got ruined too. Look at this. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put it in a sleeve either way because it's still a cool card, but the foil came off. It's still a cool card to have. And I was like, damn it, I swear I should have kept. This is where you kick yourself. Back in the 90s, 1992, I should have put this one away properly. What's up, Brinky? Look at this. Look at the damage on this one. So you see how it's missing the gold foil? This is not going to be worth anything. It's missing all the gold foil. That is terrible. Let me put it in my face, front of my face so you can see it. Oh, what a mistake that was. I'm still gonna put it away just because, but it definitely is so not worth it. This would never get. I would never grade this one. God, I'm so upset at myself. So that's what happens, you know, because more than likely that was probably kept in the garage or something. Who knows? But it's totally screwed that card up. Totally screwed that card up. That's worth absolutely nothing. Okay, now watch. Here's the other one. So both my Wolverine cards are messed up. What's going on, Brink? How you doing, man? I figured you'd be around later. It's Casual Friday, bro. Okay, this one as well. See, these the foil got stuck on that stupid sheet. I'm telling you, that's what happened. That's why I'm taking them out of these 9 pocket sheets. So this one is an X-Men one. Let me close this one out. Man, I might buy this set from somebody if they're not messed up. I'll pay $100 for this set. It's just so frustrating because I really tried to take care of these and I totally screwed them up. See, there it goes. Oh, but the corners on this one. Yeah, see, my corners are great. It's just my foil came off. So it's this card right here that we're going to look at. And I don't have the Magneto one. So, you know, it's not a big deal. It's fine. This is what happens. This is what happens when you squeeze the fish. What I'll do is I'll have Jim Lee sign it, and then it'll be worth more because he signed it. Good, just drawing t-shirts. Nice, brother. Okay, so here is this one. This is, again, this one. I think the foil came off of this one as well. Let me see if I can get it in my face. Actually, it's not terrible. This one's actually better. I'm trying to get it so you can focus on it. Get out of the way, Nord. Anyways, hard to see. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as the Wolverine one. But I can tell that some of the foil is off. You can't see it on the camera. Either way, I'm gonna keep it. Ah, so upset. So upset about that one. I think they all, like, I have the Cable one and the Gambit one also. I feel like they all lost a little bit of the foil. These are better condition though. Hey, there's Hyde. How's it going? Hey, so now that I got both of you here, I actually wanted to show you something. Do you remember? So remember we're working on the Fox yesterday, and I really wasn't happy with the words. I was like, I'm gonna think about the words and read and do them with time because I was like rushing. So I spent a little time on it. So I want to show you 2 examples. I want you guys to tell me which one you like. I'm gonna show you the bad one, and then I'm gonna show you the good one, and then I'm gonna ask you which one you like. All right. So this is the Cable card. Let me see if I can put it up here so you can see it. So the Cable card looks actually better than the other one. So I know these are worth a lot more now. And this one actually, it might also have some foil missing, but it's not terrible. But again, I'm still going to keep them. I'm not looking to get rid of it anyways. If I did find them to replace at a low cost, like not super expensive and not graded, I would totally buy them because they're so worth it. But I can keep these, and what I'll do is, if I go to a convention where Jim Lee happens to be at, because he's usually at a lot of them, I can have him sign it. And even if it has some of the foil missing, it would still be worth something because he signed it. Don't threaten me, mister. Uh-oh. Okay. I didn't threaten anybody. I'm just doing my own thing. All right, real quick. Let's take a break from the card. Let me show you. Let me put this last card in because I don't want to leave it out here. I bought sleeves yesterday from Amazon. So I got them. Get in there. And I'm wearing a white glove like Michael Jackson. Okay, this is the Gambit card. See, that one looks good. Excuse me. I want you to know I am sitting here nodding my head and pretending I know what you're talking about because I am that ride or die type. I know you are. That's why I love you. Thank you so much. I have like 6,000 baseball cards I need to go through. Yes, you do. I need my fan on. Okay. Where is my daughter, man? She's got my car. See, I don't mind my daughter using my car because I told her she can use my car because she didn't bring hers down. So yeah, she can use my car whenever she needs it. But I just don't want her just driving around, just wasting gas just for fun, especially when I need my car later. And if I get in it and it's freaking empty the way it was last time, I'm gonna be pissed. The last time I got in my car in the morning, I needed to go somewhere. It was on empty, and I'm like, crap. And you left. I didn't leave with enough time to go get gas, so I was so pissed. So I was late to where I was going. I have like 6,000. Yeah, the card stuff really goes over my head. I get the hobby totally, but worth grading, worth grade, etc. Clueless. So, them keys leave her pocket if she does. Yeah, exactly. So I already told her, like I said now, I said, please don't leave my car on empty. I need it later. She was just going to go to the mailbox, and then I said, can you, go to Publix for a second and get me this? But that's it. She's with a friend that stayed to spend the night, so they're both girls. They can drive around. So the card grading thing, real quick before I show you my other stuff. These are not baseball cards. These are like comic book cards that were really promo cards or special cards that came with certain things. And I saved them over the years in these sheets. And for the most part, the regular cards are fine. Like these 3 cards down here are promo cards. You can't get these in a pack. You can only get these from the promotion if you happen to get the promotion. This is from 1992. So if you got these great and you put them away, and you can tell the promotion because in the back, if you look at the back is not a card. It's the actual just promotion of the card. And so they're all basically, I mean, there's no problems with these cards whatsoever. And that's except for the foil ones, because the foil ones stuck to this thing a long time ago. And that's where I was like, I really need to get these out of here. And I found out that one of my cards that I had in here, ungraded, was $50. So I'm like, if I grade it, it's worth like triple that. Anyhow, so I wanted to put these in sleeves. So when you look up these cards, these promotion cards, they are worth a good amount now because of the fact that you can't get these anymore. Not a lot of people kept these. Some people are stupid and threw them out. Anyhow, and so when you grade them, the problem with grading is they need to be worth more than $25. The reason I say that, if the face value is not worth $25, you're spending about $25 to $30 just to get them graded. And therefore, when you send them to get graded and you spend that much, if the card isn't really worth it, you might, that's going to suck. You're going to waste money. So you want to grade the ones that are worth at least 25, because they'll be worth more if they're graded. And as long as they're not crappy cards, like these are, I'm using, and you can tell I'm using a Michael Jackson glove. These cards are, we're going to look this one up in a moment. Actually, I think I had her look up this one. And so I'm trying to take it out of here without ruining it. It's so hard to do with gloves on, but okay, I got it. So the thing about these cards and the way I have them is if I look at this corner might be a little bit dinged. Maybe not. You see that corner right there? You see how you see the edge? That's a little ding. Even the other side's a little ding. This will not be a 10. This will probably be a 9 or a 9.5. All the other corners are fine. The card has no scratches. But this is why I'm putting these cards away. So if I went to look this card up, and by the way, I normally could give ChatGPT a picture of this, but it takes too long to do that right now. There we go. So we put it in a sleeve. Keep it nice and safe. Then after we sleeve it, we're going to put it into this here. I'm clueless how to get my cards graded and sell them. So grading them, there's a place that is a PSA or an SGA. There's two different ones. I'm not sure the difference of them yet. I've been meaning to look that up. But basically, either one of those places, you can do like a collector's thing where you can send up to 20 cards at a time, but that becomes expensive. And then you get a discount. You only pay like $18.99 per card. Or you pay $25 to $30 per card to get it graded. And so you send them the card, and you send the card in something like this and also in something that's like a good packaging. And then they take it, they grade it, they seal it up for you. They tell you what grading it has and they label it at the top, and then you have a graded card. But yes, there are places online, and some places have physical locations that you can actually go to depending on what city you live in. And so that's how you get them graded. But yes, it costs money. Now, like I said, like I have a comic book that's worth $300 and something, and I want to get it graded because I know it's a 9 or a 10. And it's probably a 10. I definitely think it's worth it. And so spending $30 to get it graded is fine, because what happens is then I'll save it. It's sealed. It's put away, and in a couple of years it'll be worth even more. And so it's an investment. But you're not going to invest into something that might not be worth the value of what you're spending to get it graded. So this one's done. So let me just give you an example. So this card, which cost me nothing, it was a promotional piece. If I go to... Okay. So according to this, and this is just a quick search. So here's the card right here. 1992. And this, by the way, this doesn't mean this is how much the card is worth. This means this is how much somebody's putting it up for sale for. This is a 1992 Marvel Masterpiece. That's this one that I'm holding here. Silver Surfer promo card. Its PSA was graded at 10. So it means that it is actually top. And they're selling it for $3,850. Now, sometimes these cards are already sold, and you can see what they sold for. And that's another website you can sign up for. I'm not going there now. Let's see. So this is the other thing I like to do. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over to ChatGPT for a second. It's 1992, by the way. So we'll ask ChatGPT. Normally, I just show it the card and it knows what card it is. But because I know exactly how to label it. So it's going to search the internet. And this is just the information on the internet. This doesn't mean anything. But according to this, if I just read this to you because it's pretty small. So near mint to mint condition, ungraded copies are typically listed around $33.99 on eBay. Again, that's just the price they give based on a price guide. So if ungraded like this, it'd be $33. I got this for free. So, $30 is $30. Now, if it's graded at 10, it's showing the one noted as population 1, only one known in this grade. The reason why it's saying it's population 1, let me make this a little bigger so you can see this. That card that we were looking at that says it's being sold for $3,850, it's because it's the only known graded 10 card. Now, if this card that I'm holding that's not graded and it is in freaking awesome shape, if I send this in and they grade this a 10, that card is no longer the only one that's graded that much, so they won't be selling for 3,000 something. But even if it's sold, if you can sell it for over 1,000, that's freaking awesome. That means that there are not many of these cards in this condition. That's pretty freaking awesome that have been graded. I'm just trying to read your stuff here. My Barbies are valued high. The problem is finding someone willing to buy them. And I think most of the time when you have stuff that's high value, you have to go to auctions. You have to find an auctioneer that deals with that stuff. If something is a significant value, you really want to go to an auctioneer and find out, and there's several different ones, find out which one will give you the most, as far as like what their fee is and stuff like that. And there are a couple of big names out there. And in fact, there's some that were on TV. And they will deal with collector stuff and they will find you a buyer. Because there's people that are buyers specifically for those things. Give me 1 second. I'm going back to full cam. I sent you something. I have that Barbie new in box. Even the seal is clean. Someone is selling it for $1,500. I collect Barbies and I wouldn't pay that. Yeah, no. Listen, the thing with collecting is like you're not paying that big amount for something. Let me get my Discord. Unless you really need it to complete your set. Otherwise, you buy it when it came out. This is the Barbie she's talking about. Yeah. And let me tell you, somebody out there might pay that because it might complete their set and they're a freaking millionaire. But again, if you have something that's worth that amount, that it goes for that price, then it's worth looking into, or more than that, it's worth looking into someone that knows, that has buyers. That's the truth. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. We'll figure it out. Where's my headset? Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, let me read a couple of your comments first, and I want to show you something. I want you to tell me before I continue with my cards here. I got the Silver Surfer. All right. Things are worth what someone is willing to pay. Like, for example, yes, like I was talking about those hologram cards that I have 4 out of the 5 of the set. And I always wanted the Magneto one. I never got the Magneto one. But because I ruined 2 of them, I'm like, man, I want to replace them. So I really want to replace them because I have that whole collection. Like I have the entire 100 cards of that collection, except that 1 foil card. But now because I messed up those 2 foil cards, I'm missing 3 cards on that collection. So for me, I'm willing to pay for replacing those only if they are in mint condition, like if they're good. And now's the time to do it because of the fact that, you know, I know this is going to sound morbid, but Jim Lee's not dead. So his stuff isn't going to skyrocket. And it's still possible. So I have to look for that. So like, Jim Lee, 1992 holographic card set. Yeah, so for me, because of the fact that I need the collection, because I have all the cards, and I can sell the entire collection for a lot more if I have all of it. So see, but here's the problem. This guy's selling it for $100. But when I go in and I look at his cards, and I did this earlier, and look, the cards they're screwed up. Like, look at the corners. Like, you can tell that corner's messed up. There's a scratch on this one. No, not the scratch. Where's the other one that was messed up? I can't tell. So you can't really tell the quality of the cards. Like this one, the top of it is messed up. So more than likely, I'd have to really ask this guy, hey, what quality are they in? Are any of the corners bent? Because if any of the corners are bent, I don't want it. Like I can tell on this one right here, that top of it is beat up. And that part there is beat up. And I know there's a part here that's beat up. So right now, that's telling me that card is crappy. So I don't want to include that in my set because my cards are freaking pristine, except for the fact that those freaking holograms got stuck to that sleeve. So we got to go back, and then we have to find somebody else that may be selling it. So here's somebody is selling it for $60. Chances of it being high quality, I don't know. But again, I would be willing to pay $60 if the cards were good. Now I can't tell too much from the pictures, but the edges look okay. The cards look okay. So the foil's still there. I'm trying to see if there's I can't tell if there's any scratches on them. I really would need to see them outside of the sleeves to really know. But then a lot of times I look at the back of the cards because from the back you can really tell. On the foil you have a hard time. Like this corner right here is messed up. I can tell that. This corner's messed up right there. But they're not terrible. Like the side edges are not bad. That corner's a little bit messed up. But for the most part, this is not a bad set. And for $60 or best offer, I'll offer this guy $50 and I'll get him. That's $10 a card. I wouldn't mind doing that. And I might actually do that. I need to probably contact this guy and see where are they. And they're in North Carolina. So cool. So I might end up doing that. The shipping is $5.65. It's not a lot of money. I'm going to bookmark this because I definitely think I might buy these. I just have to see them without... I need to see the edges and see if there's any scratches on them. So here's some cheaper ones. So here's the set. By the way, do they say anything? Sometimes I look to see if they say an item that has been used previously. No. Is there any? Sometimes they write like, hey, it's got a scratch on it or whatever. Let me look at this guy. So this one's $49, $43. And these look like they're pretty decent. It's a little bit scratchy, but not a lot. I don't know if that's... See, I can't tell in the picture if that's messed up or if that's just a blur. A little bit beat up, probably. I don't know. I'd have to... Yeah, see? See how beat up... See that they're beat up right there. Same thing with this one. So that's the problem. It's like you want to make sure that the quality of them is going to be good. This is another set that I was thinking of getting that I need. But, it's going to be... I don't have the Ghost Rider one for sure. Anyhow. But that's kind of the guess. So if it's worth the price to complete a set, and the price is okay, I would do it. But if you're just trying to like collect more stuff and you're like, oh my god, that Barbie goes for so much, it's only for $1,000, I'm gonna buy it because I know I can get more later. No, that's stupid. It's almost like my daughter's doing Depop. We talked about this. And then she makes money on it. She's been doing really good, actually. She's been making like sales every day, a handful of sales a day. But here's the thing, like she makes the money. I don't know if she's gotten the money yet, but when she goes out and looks for stuff to sell. And so she's buying more stuff to sell to possibly make money on it. But if you don't sell it, you just spend money and you're sitting on inventory. And I'm thinking to myself, she already has like 50 or 70 items up that's hers that didn't cost anything. To go out and buy more stuff defeats the purpose. And that's what I've been trying to say to her. I'm like, do not go out and buy more stuff, because like she'll go out and she'll go thrift shopping and be like, oh, that could sell, it's only $5. I can get maybe I can get 10 for this. And it's just like, it doesn't, like getting $5 for something that you went and spent $5 on. Yes, everyone's like, "Oh, you're getting you're making double what you spent." But you got to think the time that you're taking to put that thing up, take the picture, list it, package it, and then ship it, drive over, spend some gas, and ship it out. All of that costs money too. So in the end, how much did you really make on that? $3, $2? Was it really worth it? There's a rush to selling. Exactly. And it becomes an addiction like gambling. 100% true. It is definitely an addiction. So I want her to like, yes, great. You got a little shop because you got a bunch of freaking clothes and you want to sell them. Sell them. But don't use the money to go out and buy more stuff, because then what's the point? It's like you get addicted to the selling thing. I only sell things that I have or that I've already made and that I'll make and sell them. But that's it. I'm not going to go. I can easily go to thrift shops and buy a bunch of like vintage items and then start turning around and try to sell them. But when you think about it, the real profit that you make on that is so small. Is it really worth it in the end? You're just feeding an addiction. That's what it comes down to. And I think, and I hope that she understands that. It's great. Hey, make money. You got some clothes? Sell them. Make some money off of that. Put the money away. You need the money. But you're not a business. Don't go out to buy more stuff to sell more stuff. It doesn't make any sense. You're using your profits to do that. And by the way, I did buy her a thermal printer. I bought her a thermal printer just because it's smaller. There's smaller labels. I just went ahead and gave it to her, and that where I don't have to worry about using my stuff and printing it for her. She can do it herself. And if she's gonna do it, it's fine. I don't mind. It wasn't that much. I think I spent $60 to $80 on the whole thing with like this, with the labels and everything. It's a slippery slope that ends with you buying abandoned storage unit. Oh my God, Brink, you are so right. And that's what you graduate to. You graduate to buying freaking storage units, abandoned storage units, or Amazon pallets of returns. That's the other one you start doing. So that's where you have to really be careful. It's a slippery slope. You're like, I'm going to spend $300 on this pallet because I might make that money. Yeah, you might end up with a bunch of junk too. I went to an estate sale of a woman who was a garage sale hunter. She had so much junk, but I did score some name label purses really cheap because her son had no idea, and I just wanted to. I wanted to emoji the house. Wait, emoji the house? No, but that's the other thing. There's a lot of people that don't know the value of certain things, so they might have something that's worth a lot. And yeah. How many pallets can I fit in my garage? Exactly. Probably a lot. All right, let me bring this down. Oh man. So yeah, it is a slippery slope. You start buying stuff to sell stuff, and then you end up hoarding stuff, and you're like, you know, then you end up giving, by the way, and then when the stuff is not selling, you lower the price, and then you end up making like $1 or $2 from what you actually paid to it. But it's the time, it's that time that you spend trying to sell it that is valuable. And that's the time that you have to take into consideration. People hunt the return selection pallets and end up with broken stuff they can't fix without paying. Correct. And and you know what's stupid? Some people end up paying to fix those things because they think they can make a little profit off of it. But again, they're not this is the one mistake that I think most people make when they get into selling. Even on Etsy. I mean, I learned this myself. You end up putting time into something. Too much time into something. And that's cost. So their time on going to find a location, standing in line, getting it to provide service to get this item fixed, paying for the item, then coming back another day to stand in line, to get service, to get your item back, and then take it home and list and all that. If you add up the amount of time you spent there, let's say you spend 2 to 3 hours there, and you think of yourself, what is my hourly rate? You would be spending a lot more time in cost than that sale's going to make you. Flame Nord. Great. Now I'm going to buy pallets from Amazon. Flame Nord. If the pallet is all junk, at least I can make a coffee table from the pallet wood and sell it to some bougie idiot for good money. Bougie idiot being me. Oh man. All right, let me show you guys. Let me take a break from the cards for a second. I want to show you these two designs. I want you to tell me which one you like better. I know which one I like better because one's the before and one's the after, but I want to show you. Let's see. Let's go to, oh no, I got to do it. No. Hold on. Study main. Okay, there you go. I still have your Barbie stuff up here. Lower that down. There you go. So this is the sticker we were working on yesterday. The one on the left is how we ended up yesterday, and it was lowercase. I didn't like it. I put in uppercase, I bubbled it, whatever, used a big chunky font, and so that's what we did. And then the one on the right is a little bit more designer. But as you can tell, it's small, it's in a corner. So let me see. So you say left. Wow, I'm surprised. Left, but with more color, but the font needs more color. Okay. So I could change the color on it. I can't really read the right. All right, so let me do this. Okay, and let me move this over here for a second. I want you to be able to see it. So but yes, it is different. I think this by itself would be fine. Maybe it's smaller, so it's hard to read. When I made it big, I made it all on the right-hand side. It was way too big. Right? It's hard to read and off balance. Okay. See that, and let me tell you how hard it is to actually, let me go back to study main. Let me tell you how hard it is to actually try to like place this text over this graphic, because the best place for text on this graphics is the bottom. I definitely think it needs different colors. I agree with you. But I had made this text at first. We put the text. Let me see if I can do it real quick. So I had taken this one and then I made it smaller like that. And then we took the text and we put the text here. But then now the sticker is twice as big, but it's like all words. You know what I mean? It takes away from the actual image itself. Yeah, I don't like that either. You're right, exactly. So that's why I said no, I don't like that. And that's where I was like, okay, well, let me make the writing smaller and just put it as part of the image here at the bottom, make it half its size, and that way it would be something that we could piece together like this. And obviously it needs a stroke around it, but and so that's why I did it that way. But of course, it's cute. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's just it doesn't work. It has its issues. I know. So that's why. So you guys like the one on the left. If you're going with left, then make sticker around and let the wording circle it. Wait. Make sticker round. So make a round sticker, like not kiss. Is this called kiss cut, by the way? Brink. Don't like the phrase either, but that's just me as. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm trying something out, man. I'm trying to be unique, trying to use something different and not what everybody else is putting out there. They can't all be winners, Brink. We can't all be like you, Mister. I have thousands of freaking captions. If you're going right, then make round to six. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, it's okay. So maybe dude, I know you're not this dumb. Okay, now you're playing dumb. You're playing dumb. So the whole reason of den is because it's a fox den, but it's supposed to be zen. It's a play on words. I know you're not this dumb. Come on. I know you understood that. Books are my zen. Yeah, it just sent what I mean. Okay, hold on. Let me look at your. Oh yeah, like put it around it. Yeah, that was the other option. I was trying not to do a round sticker, but yeah. So again, now this is just an idea. I don't even know if I want to do it with words. I think that I think I'm just going to leave it as a graphic and let people do whatever they want with it. So if I did that, I'm going to take away the words and just leave it as by itself. I'm picturing it on a water bottle. Yeah, with a round thing. Yeah, round is better. For a sticker anyways, less is more with words. Yes, I get you. Listen, I know what you're saying. You're absolutely right. That's where most people put them these days. I don't have a water bottle. I don't know about that. Okay. Anyways, all right. Thanks for your input. I appreciate it. It gave me a lot more insight into what I'm going to do with it. Obviously, I've got some more thinking to do on it. Hydro stickers are big. Yes. Okay, cool. Good to know. Lots to think about then. So I was just thinking maybe just give the digital out and let people do whatever they want with it. Just a fox. That green and brown from the right would be great. The green or brown from the right would be great. Would be great for what? I really like the left. Just go darker color with front. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. The colors from the right, good over there. I sell tons of stickers just from adding the tag hydro. Damn, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that was so big. That's a big one. He's a big one, Ming. All right, let's get Psylocke out of here. Psylocke is also a promo card from the same Silver Surfer series. Now, Psylocke is getting, my understanding, by the way, these cards, when you think about Silver Surfer, just like Wolverine, anything Wolverine went up in value. Deadpool obviously went up in value a couple of years ago. But anything Wolverine has gone up in value because of the new movie. And, you know, everyone, especially the yellow outfit. So that's good. So anytime there's a movie that has the character in it, it's going to go up in value. So Silver Surfer is going to be... Here's the messed up part. Silver Surfer is going to be in the next Fantastic Four movie. However, this is why it's not going to go up in value. So let me tell you why. Because the people at the stupid... I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. The ridiculously brainless people work at Marvel Productions for movies, the movie studio, decided to make Silver Surfer a woman. Because they went back to a story somewhere where Silver Surfer, the man, I forgot his name, made a decision to save his beautiful wife or woman that he loved and became Galacticus, I think that's his name, became his servant and became the Silver Surfer for her to be free. Something along those lines. And that's why he became Silver Surfer. So yeah, his wife. So instead, what the brainless, ridiculous people from freaking Marvel Studios decided to do, those are the movie people, not the artist that made the comics. They decided, let's flip the story around and make it that the woman stepped up. No offense to women. This is the ridiculous part. Let's make the woman be the hero, that she took one for the team to save her husband. She became the Silver Surfer. And that's why they have a woman in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie with your favorite Pedro Pascal. And therefore, because of that, the Silver Surfer memorabilia or collection stuff is not going to go up because of that movie, because it is not the Silver Surfer man. It is a new Silver Surfer woman. But I will tell you this. If any trading card or anything comes out as a Silver Surfer woman from that show, buy it. Because it's going to be a rare thing and you're going to need it. Now, let me just say this. I don't have a problem with women taking it for the team and being the hero, the heroine. I hate that word, but being the hero. I have no problem with that. I think it's awesome. I think it's great because I trust me, I think very highly of women. I think women are more than capable than most men in a lot of situations. But at the same time, we don't need to flip the scene just to make a statement. I hate that crap. I'm sorry, I do. I hate that freaking mentality. And there is actually even the comic book that they're taking it from, the story, if you go back, it's a comic where both of them become Silver Surfer. And they both serve Galacticus. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they do that? Can I just, I'm on a rant, so I'm going to read your statements. Give me 1 second. There's one other recent movie that is on Netflix. No, it's on. Is it on Netflix or on Prime? I think it's on Prime. Is this called Speak No Evil? Is that what it is? I think it's called Speak No Evil. If you have not seen that movie, it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing that the father figure that they put in that movie, as a father, as a man, as a husband, I am embarrassed and ashamed for that man as a character. And they do this a lot. They make the men in movies in the past couple. I had this conversation with Super a few months back, like maybe last year. We've been talking about this for a while. It's like, why is it that they make all, like, for the past, I don't know, 4 years or something, every movie that has to do with that there's a husband and wife, or that there's a husband in it, they have to make him a freaking idiot. They have to make him like this white stupid guy who's like, doesn't know what to do, can't find his own freaking ass. I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse, but it's true, and it's so obnoxious. I get it. Listen, I get it. We want to promote women. I'm for it. I think women are awesome. I think women have power. I agree with that. I just don't think we need to freaking make men look like idiots. The Barbie movie is another freaking example of that. Why do you have to make men look like idiots and make husbands look like the freaking, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm my wife, but without my wife. That's not the way it is. Now, I'll be 100% honest, and I'm going to say this. My wife is my better half. My wife made me want to be a better person. My wife is the one I go to when I have serious decisions to make and I want to talk to somebody about them. She's the one I go to. Why? Because she's my wife. She's my partner in crime. She's the one that I turn to. I don't turn to a buddy. When I think of my highs, I have a great high to tell somebody, I run to my wife. When I have a low and I'm going through a hard time, I go to my wife. Why? Because that's why I'm married with her. That's why we share everything. Highs, lows, and everything else in between. So yes, 100%. I consider her my equal and sometimes more than my equal. And that's the way it should be. But we don't need to make one of them look like a freaking idiot. So if you ever see that movie, because we are idiots, no. There's a difference between acting like a goofball, but when shit hits the fan, you're not going to be a goofball, Brink. I know that. You are not a goofball. You act like a goofball and you're funny and you act like an idiot on purpose to be like jokey. But if shit hits the fan and you got to step up for your family, you do. That's the truth. I know that of you, brother. I can say that about a handful of people, more than a handful, of the guys that we know from our community. I know they would step up. Okay? I know some of the women that we know will step up as well. But I'm just saying. And we all act like goofballs. Anyways, let me read your comments. But that's a long rant of... I told you it's Friday. It's freaking casual Friday. We're going to be working and talking. Let me read you. My honey bunny hat rocks a flip wig and chanclas like a boss. Pedro or not, that movie looks dumb. It does. The Fantastic Four movie coming out, yes. I'm not happy with it. Again, I'm not happy with any of the Marvel movies or DC movies for that matter. They really have screwed up. There is no longer any good superhero movies. It was a good time. It was a good ride. They did a good job, and then somewhere or another they lost their way. Now they're just making crap. Nord hates change. Film at 11. That's not true. Well, there are hundreds and hundreds of movies where men are the heroes. No. Listen, I understand. I understand that in the past, it was very chauvinistic. It was very much women cannot do anything without men. I understand that. I get that there were movies that were made that way. I'm not saying that those movies were right. I'm not saying that it should be that way. I'm saying that it shouldn't be either of those. The whole damsel in distress thing has been played out. I get it. Damsels are not in distress. Okay? A woman... There are times when women may need a man to save them. I get it. But I'm just saying that both of those sides are messed up. So trust me, Hyde, I'm not condoning that it should only be movies about men being the hero. Absolutely not. I like movies where women are the heroes. I just don't see why their husband has to be an idiot in the film. And if you watch Speak No Evil, you will understand what I'm saying. The guy was useless. I would have been like, by the way, when we leave here, we're getting a divorce. I would be that woman. Or not only that, I'm going to spoil it a little. Here's a little spoiler. They had marriage trouble. And I believe that she was sexting with someone. So she was texting with someone, sending pictures or whatever, having a little bit of an affair, let's say. I do not blame her. I hate to say that. I shouldn't say that because I don't think any affairs are condoned. I don't agree with affairs. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm saying in this movie realm, I don't blame that girl for the way that this guy was. I mean, that's how useless he was in this movie. So just take that. By the way, no, nor does not condone affairs. There's no reason for one. Talk it out before you do that. Talk it out. Figure it out. What the hell's wrong? Communication, baby. Communication is key. You know that. I always say it. Why did God give men brains? So we can name our wee-wees. Actually, God gave man the ability to name everything. That's true. We are, as men, we were given the authority to name everything. They gave Adam that authority. Mm-hmm. There's Zylok. Speaking of Zylok, so the reason I got on this rant was because there is going to be a Zylok movie, or she's going to be a big character in the next, whatever next movie it is. That is someone that they wouldn't change. I don't see them making a Zylok guy, but I'm just saying. But she is an awesome character. She always has been an awesome character. I think I may have the first Zylok comic book. I watched the first one, but not the English one. Some guys are useless. I don't mind the occasional movie with the main guy being dumb. But yeah, I mean, it's just sad that they're always like, I don't know how to dress myself. That's just stupid. What do you mean? He's not flirting with you. Okay. Make sure I don't dirty my glove. My glove is white. Okay. Where's my next one? I have the Incredible Hulk next from the 1992 Marvel Masterpiece promo card. Make sure I use my glove hand to pull it out. Not out of context, please. So I had 3 of these promo cards. I wish I had the Captain America one is the one that people want, and also the this is the Hulk one, and also the Spider-Man one. That was a promo card. That was a Spider-Man one and a Captain America one. They were also promo cards. I didn't get those 2, but I do have the Spider-Man card itself, like the card, not the promo one. And that one's up in value also. I think I've seen it like $400 or something like that. Hold on a second. Let me put this in this sleeve. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it in soft sleeves, and then I'm putting it into the rigid ones. See? Protective binder. So it does not bend. I got those. I ordered them last night. They got here today. But horror movies need a hero and a weak person, and a weak person. That's 101. I'm sorry, Hyde. I don't think. I do not think that they should have been the husband and wife both. One of them being the weak one. One of them could be stronger. One of them could be, lead the charge, woman or man. It doesn't matter. But they don't have to make the other one an idiot. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. Listen, guys, don't take my word for it. Go watch the movie yourself. It is a horror flick. It's all right. It's an okay movie. It's the Speak No Evil. I believe that's Speak No Evil, right? Yeah. James McAvoy is in that, I believe. He's the bad guy. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Gulf of America got named by a smart man. Here's that Spider-Man I'm talking about. Like this This Spider-Man right here in the middle. That one there is worth some dollars, and a black hat too. We're gonna put away Daredevil first. Now I think Daredevil may have gone up in price. Maybe it's gone up. Let's see what ChatGPT says. ChatGPT 1992 Marvel Masterpiece Daredevil. What number is the card? 12. Number 12. price on going rate. Let me see. Yeah, like Deputy Dewey and Scream. I don't listen. By the way, I don't mind there being a dumb guy in the show. I just mean when they make the husband the idiot. That's what I think. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be dumb guys in a movie. That's common. There's always gonna be one of those. But I'm just saying when they actually make the husband look like he's an idiot. He can't freaking know. He doesn't know how to dress himself. Boy, I'm having a hard time taking this card out of here. Oh no. It better not be stuck. Okay, so the Daredevil card, which I am trying to work on right now. There we go, got it. Okay. I thought it was stuck. This card isn't worth that much, but I'll tell you right now. Ungraded, remember, there's graded and ungraded. Right now we have them ungraded, which means that we basically just have the card with no grading whatsoever. We just have it in a sleeve and whatnot. So typically sells only for $1 to $3 depending on the condition. Some listings may reach up to $5 for this Daredevil card in near mint condition or part of a bundle. However, graded cards recently sale, like PSA 8, so the grading of 8, recently had sales range from $9 to $15. PSA 9 had sales of $12 to $22. And PSA 10s, these are rarer and can command prices from $78 to $180 depending on the market demand and the card's population report. So I'd have to check the population report about it, but even $78 is not a bad number to reach with this card right here. This is the card they're talking about. Now, you'll notice that this card is freaking perfect. This could easily get a 10. Even if it gets a 9, that's okay. But I really think it can get a 10. Wait a second. I think I see a discrepancy. No, that's good. Okay. So, there you go. Let me go back to your chat. I'm sorry. Yep. He was both hero and easily misled. Wait, what movie was that? I'll come. I gotta scroll back a second. I want to know who decided what dinos sound like. Oh, because we were talking about naming. Who came up with the sound? Yeah, that's a good question, Hyde. Like, how do we really know what dinosaurs sounded like? It's not like there was any audio, right? Nice. What time is it? 1:23. Okay. I think Wes really got the movie so right, and the script was Chef's Kiss. I don't know what movie that is. Oh, we're talking about Scream, probably. Okay, I'm gonna skip those. Oh, that movie, yeah, the husband was a dum-dum. Okay, so you know what movie I'm talking about. Speak no evil. I think the Danish version was better. I like James McAvoy, but I am not sold on English remakes anymore. I did not know that was a Danish movie. I will watch it in Danish. I bet I will like it so much better. Was the guy a dum-dum in that one too? That was a horror movie? I just thought it was a thriller. It's considered a thriller. I don't think it's considered horror, but then again, I don't watch horror. I think that was more of a thriller. Guess Bronk doesn't watch some horror. I don't watch horror either. Yeah, it's one of those understated horrors which I dig. Okay, cool. I don't consider that horror, but all right. I guess some kinds of horror I can handle. No, you can't. Scream, Deputy Dewey, they broke my heart when they killed him. Oh, I don't remember. I didn't really watch a lot of the Scream movies. I just thought they were just a joke. We assume they roar, but then you hear a cheetah and go kitty cat. That is true. Yeah, we don't know what sounds these prehistoric creatures made. Have you ever heard a cheetah? Look it up. I love. Yeah, they're very. They're like. They're very like. It's a very high pitched sound. I can't make it. Obviously, I'm not a cheetah. But it's a very high pitched sound. I've heard it before. Ask ChatGPT how they know what dinos sound like. I'm gonna do that. I'm guessing they found fossilized dino mixtapes. Because I would assume a cheetah would roar, but no. They're sweet like kittens. Jaguars sound gnarly. Used to hear them at night in Belize. Oh, your jungle days. $75. There's one for sale. Okay, sorry. Side question. How do we know what dinosaurs sound like? Hyde is the person that would die one day trying to pet something she shouldn't. Yes, I can totally see that. My mom, that's why I don't want you to swim with sharks, okay? No swimming with sharks. My mom's house was across the river from a jaguar preserve. We had tall fences. Oh my God. Okay, so here we go. So great question. And the short answer is we don't know for sure what dinosaurs sounded like, but scientists have made educated guesses based on clever clues from nature and fossil evidence. Here's how. Fossil clues, they left some mixtapes, and we were able to listen to them after we found the right equipment to use. No, I'm kidding. Fossil clues, skull and vocal structures. Dinosaurs didn't leave behind vocal cords, which are soft tissues that don't fossilize, but their skull shape, particularly nasal passages and resonance chambers, gives hints about how air moved through their head. Example, hadrosaurs, duck-billed dinosaurs, had large hollow crests that may have worked like musical instruments, producing low resonance. I can't say it. Calls like a trombone. I should have just said trombone. Number 2, modern bird relatives. Birds are direct descendants of theropod dinosaurs. Scientists study bird sounds and how birds produce them using a syrinx to infer how some dinosaurs may have vocalized. So there you go, through birds. Crocodile comparisons. Crocodiles are the closest living relatives of dinosaur besides birds. They make deep, low-frequency rumbles and inhale while calling, a trait some dinosaurs may have shared. There you go. Computer models. Scientists use 3D scans and simulations of fossilized skulls and airways to digitally recreate how sounds might have resonated. I couldn't say that word before. All right. No TX roars. Despite what movies like Jurassic Park suggest, there is no evidence that dinosaurs like the T-Rex roared like lions or elephants. If anything, a low rumble, a hiss, or an infrasonic call like elephants or cassowaries might be more accurate. There you go. That's a good question, man. Now we know. The more we know. You would die trying to pet an emu or shoebill bird. Yep. All right, this superhero doesn't have a cool name. Her name is just Megan. What's your superhero name? Megan. Oh, like Megan M. No, no, no. Not like Megan. It's spelled with two G's. But it's still Megan. Yes, but it's spelled with two G's. So it makes it super. Yeah, no. Sorry, Megan. I have never met that many. I mean, I know a few Megans, but I've never met that many Megans in my life. But I think the ones I have met have been really nice people. So, I have nothing bad to say about Megan. Although she's kind of looks like Britney Spears. I'm not going to lie. Looks like the scary Britney Spears now. Oh, sorry. In my face. Go. Focus. That's good enough. Megan. And I don't care how much Megan costs. I'm sure she doesn't cost a lot. She's not very popular. Oh, here's a good one. The Punisher. She looks methy. She does. That's why I said she looks like Britney Spears. Sorry, Britney. Sorry, not sorry. You let yourself go. It's not my fault. I let myself go too. It's okay. I like pizza. Here we go. This is the Punisher. Everyone loves the Punisher. And it's raining outside. No. The Punisher. That's a Marvel masterpiece again from 1992. I am sure this one probably fetches a good amount of coin. Imagine if the T-Rex sounded like a parrot. By the way, we're bird sitting for somebody. And it is a parrot. It doesn't talk except for it says they have a dog, so it looks at my dog and it always says the dog's name. What's her name again? I forgot what the dog's name is. But every time it sees my dog, it says their name. And my dog just like looks like Milo looks like that's not my name. Back to cards. Punisher. Number 73 of the of the Marvel masterpiece collection 1992. Punisher. Pretty cool. Search in the web. There it is. Now, I was assuming that a graded card would get some good money. Let's see. So I'm only looking at the 10 because I know these are 10s. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these cards at all. So the 10 says around $90 to $120 graded. Otherwise, it's basically worthless. So it might be worth grading those. I give up trying typing work your way through my typo. Wait. I give up typing. Work your way through my typos. Typoses. Being chased in the jungle by a T-Rex. Raw. Pieces of eight. Raw. Raw. Polywater cracker. Oh, that's funny, Grink. That's funny, Brink. I said Grink. I was going to call you Grink. That's your new name. All right. This is Johnny Blaze. Now, we don't see a lot of Johnny Blaze as not the Ghost Rider. So this is quite interesting to see him this way. Blaze. Not to be confused with Blade. Let me just put it in the case. I don't like to keep it out. Johnny Blaze. I think that's Johnny Blaze, right? Yeah, he's a Ghost Rider. I was right. I'm not even going to look this one up. I don't think there hasn't been any really good Ghost Rider kind of movies. And listen, no offense to Nicolas Cage, but no, I'm sorry. It's not, they weren't that great. I've never been a huge Nicolas Cage fan. I might have liked the movies that he's been in, that doesn't necessarily mean that I liked him, if that makes any sense. Haven't you ever seen a movie like you don't really like the actor, but you love the movies? Like you're like, yeah, I don't really like the actor, but I like that movie. Johnny Blaze. No like Grink. Bronx smash. Grink. Have a Grink. I'm gonna leave Spider-Man for last. Okay, this is I forgot who actually painted these. They did a good job. Who is this? I forgot her name. Oh, Enchantress. It's the Enchantress. Yeah, she's like lounging on a freaking couch. Hold on, wait till you see this one. 1992 Enchantress. Marvel Masterpieces. She looks a lot like Megan. I think they're sisters. Maybe they are. I don't know. I love that movie. It was just pure fun. Ghost Rider? We're talking about so many movies, it's hard for me to keep up. Enchantress. Okay. All right, give me a second. I need to check on something. I'll be right back. sorry. I had to I have my daughter's graduation tonight, so I had to coordinate who's going with who when. I gotta call my wife in a little bit. Ask her. All right, where were we? Got it. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I got the Black Panther next. Now this is obviously this is 1992, so this is before any of this Marvel movie stuff, and obviously there was no Black Panther movie back then, and I don't remember Black Panther being such a big popular comic book, but he was definitely a pretty cool character. This was the painting that they did for him back in 1992. I think. Oh, by the way, this was Jusco. I forgot who Jusco is. I gotta look that up. Jusco. These were actual paintings that were made, by the way. I think people could actually buy the actual paintings themselves. I wonder how much the Black Panther one is. I'm just curious. I'm gonna check this one because I would think that it would have some kind of a following. It's a pretty freaking cool card too. All right, let's look up Black Panther. Wow, that's number 4 on that collection. I'm thinking it might be about $100. I'm guessing graded 10 is probably going to be $100. I'm at least 100, 125. That's what I'm going to guess. Let's see. Joe Jusco, by the way, was the artist for this one, or I think for all of those. I think he did the whole collection. All right, check this. Oh, I was so wrong. It's so much better. All right, obviously not graded. So right here, sitting here like this, it's basically the highest it could be like this is $16. Okay. Now, if it's graded a 9, which is mint condition, it has sold for up to $52.50 in June 2023. It's currently listed on eBay at $129.99, so $130. And if it's a 10, graded 10, it's considered a gem mint. The recent sales range from $87 to $188.75, with the highest recorded sale in April 2023 at $188.75. That did a lot better than I expected. That's pretty cool. It is a really great looking card, though, by the way. Let me see if I can angle it so you can see it. I know there's a reflection. I'm sorry. There it is. That's a really good looking card. Anyways, pretty cool. That one's getting graded. ScarJo is the next Jurassic World movie. ScarJo? Oh, Scarlett Johansson is in the next. I'm sorry. She's in the next one. Oh, nice. Was watching movie trailer while you were AFK? No problem, bro. I'm not watching any movie trailers on stream anymore because I get no monetization or something. Not that I'm making tons of money on my videos, but any little bit helps. Let's get Cyclops next. I don't think Cyclops is a big seller. He's kind of that guy that, you know, everyone knows a guy that ended up with the girl and they wish the other guy would have ended up with the girl because everybody rather have Wolverine dating Jean Grey. But Scott ended up marrying her. So I don't think Cyclops is going to be a sought after card. He's that dude. I'll put it on Discord for later. I appreciate it. Yes, please do that. So here's the Cyclops. 1992 masterpiece. Marvel masterpiece by Joe Jusco. I'm pretty sure Joe Juiceco did all of them. And this one's number 13. It's a good looking card too. I mean, look at the muscles on that. I think the anatomy is correct. Let's see. Number 13. Same collection. I don't even have to say Cyclops. Watch this. Number 13, same collection. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Yep. It found it. Cyclops by Joe Juiceco. So typically this card by itself ungraded is anywhere from $2 to $7. Obviously $7 being if it is, near mint condition. This is actually gem mint. I believe it is, but it's not graded. Because of the fact that it has no dents or anything, no corner scratch, whatever, no indentations. So graded, this card at PSA 8 has recently a sales range from 99 cents to $19.98, so $20. Rated as a 9 is mint condition. It has been anywhere between $12 and $26, and graded as a 10 gem mint, it commands a price between $73 to over $212, so $212, depending on the market demand and the card population report. So I'm not sure how many of these are 10s right now. I can check that on this price guide website, but we're not going to do that right now. But that is this. I need to get this graded. This would be a nice, easy. If there's not too many of these, I mean, we could easily get anywhere between 150 to 200 for it with the right people. If people are looking to sell, I mean, people are looking to buy. But again, I don't think anybody's really. I mean, when you think X-Men, you think Cyclops. That is true. But I don't think anybody's really looking out for Cyclops cards. Next. We can do Black Cat next. Now, I really don't think Black Cat has gotten the rating that she deserves. Who? You guys know Black Cat, right? Real quick, if you're watching this on a VOD, I'm going to put my socials up and my Discord. Feel free to join any of them and just understand this. I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you feel that Black Cat has not gotten the recognition she should? I'm just saying. All right. So if you agree, go ahead and drop me a line on any of my socials. If you disagree, I'd like to know why. She's a very good villain. It's a Spider-Man universe, and I don't know why. I've not seen too much about her. There've been some, but not a lot. Needs her own movie franchise. She does. She totally needs her own movie franchise. There's a great backstory to her, too. Isn't she a jewel thief? She's a jewel thief. Who would play her? I wonder. That's another question. If you join any of my socials or Discord, tell me who you think would play Black Cat. What number is this one? This is number, I believe that's number 5. Number 5. Let's see what it says for number 5. Same collection. 1992 Marvel Masterpiece. Number 5, same collection. There is currently a Cyclops going for $120. Oh, there's another one for $150. I believe that's a 10. And it says population 5. There's only 5 of these graded. Supposedly. Not this one. Cyclops. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this was a tough one. I think I might be able to get some money on this because of the fact that this is very rare. So, typical range for a non-graded card of the Black Cat is anywhere between $2.50 to $20. There's a listing offering this card at $14.99, described as near mint or better. This is actually gem mint because it is freaking flawless. So easily $20, not even getting it graded. So this card graded PSA of 9, it was just mint condition, typically between $26 and $29. It seems there have been sales for that. And a gem mint or rated 10, they're very rare and can command a price between $98 and $163, depending on market demand and the card's population report. I can tell you right now, this is a popular card because of the artwork and the character. So let me see. There is currently a graded 10 of this card on eBay for $437. Crazy. So the Black Cat number 5 card is a common base card. Ungraded cards are more accessible and affordable for casual collectors. Its value is influenced by condition and grading, with higher grade commanding premium prices. So we'd have to check how many of these actually are available. Nice card, though. All right. I held this one for last on this sheet because this is the pièce de résistance of common cards. The Spider-Man. Spider-Man number 87 from this collection. That's the 1992 Marvel Masterpiece. I don't know how many times I've said that, by the way, but I'll continue to say it. Now, I'm gonna show it to you in my white gloves because I want you to see that this card is in freaking perfect condition. Look at the edges. It's freaking perfect. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in its sleeve so we don't damage it. Now, how much do you think this card's going to be? Graded. 10. Now, there is a promo card of this one that also fetches a high price because of the fact that it's a promo card. I don't have that one. I have the actual card from the collection. So this is going to be lower than the promotional card. So let's see how much this card, Spider-Man, will fetch. This is, like I said, number 87. So I will just say number 87, same collection. And let's see what information we can get from this. Love ChatGPT for this kind of stuff. Okay. So this, I'm going to read this whole thing because this is a very interesting card. The fact that this card has gotten so much popularity because of the it has the very common stance that Spidey usually has. So I'm going to read this just because this is a very common stance, by the way. Close that out. Okay. The Marvel Masterpiece card number 87 features Spider-Man, illustrated by Joe Jusko. This card is a popular collectible among fans of Marvel trading cards. Here's an overview of the current market. Typically, this card by itself, without anything, a typical range is $1 to $9, not graded. In near mint condition of this card, ungraded, is about $6 on eBay. Another listing offers a card at $24.95, described as near mint or better. So by this itself is about $25 for this card. Not graded. Beating time, I'll be back later if you're still here. No worries. It's Friday, casual Friday. Do your thing. We might be here. We might not. I'm not sure. I got a couple of things I got to do. But I got to keep one of these cards away. Let's see. So now if it is graded, $14.50 to $29 on level 8 grade. Level 9 grade is $26 to $59.99. And here's the pièce de résistance. If it's a 10 gem mint, which I believe this is, as you saw, it was flawless, $512 to $899. Crazy, depending on the market and the card's population. So it's been listed as high as $1,200 on Fanatics Collect. That's another site. That is insane. So let me see. So what's the population? Let me see. What's the, depending on the market demand, the cards population. What's the population report? Okay. So there have been approximately 474 of these cards graded. The majority of them have been nines. 397 of them have been nines. 77 of them have been graded 10. So achieving a PSA 10 is considered rare, enhancing its value among collectors. Look at that. So that's what's going on. So anyways, highest price for this card at level 10 has been anywhere between as low as 512, as high as $1,200. That is crazy if you think about it. Just for this card. Just because we saved it from a deck that we got from the bubblegum. The bubblegum wrappers. Yep. Not the promotion card. Okay. That's quite amount of money there we got sitting. Telling you what. Nice inheritance for my kids, right? And for their kids. I have 3 more of that series, and then I'm going to stop with the cards. I have a Storm. I have a Cable. And I have a Gambit. I don't know if these cards... I don't know if these cards are going to fetch a high dollar. Let's start with the Gambit. I think that the Gambit will, depending on how it does with the movie, but the fact that they have Channing Tatum playing the last time playing Gambit might not be that great. I think when an unknown plays the character, well, somewhat unknown, not like over popular, I think it feeds the story much better. Otherwise, people are just going to see the guy that's playing the guy. You know what I mean? So this is the Gambit card. It's a good looking card. Let's see if I can put it in front of me. There, focus. Yeah. It's a good looking card. This is card number 29. Moving on. Number 29. It's not a bad looking card. I'm going to talk about DaggerHeart a little bit. So as soon as I finish these 2 cards, we're going to do a little conversation about DaggerHeart before we have to go. Nicely done. Okay. All right. This card, typical range, ungraded, $2.50 to $15. This card, near mint condition has been $9.99. Near mint condition, oh, that's listed right now, but near mint condition upgrade card is listed for $14.99. I don't know what upgraded means. Graded, level 8, $12.94 to $15. Level 9, $22.25 to $29. And the Gem Mint level 10 graded is $117.50 to over $153, depending on the actual demand of the card. According to PSA auction records, there have been 34 total auction sales for this card, with a total auction value of the total auction value of $2,389.32. However, specific population number for each grade are not publicly disclosed. The Gambit card is common. So we're not sure. But that's the card there. I think, yeah, I'm $100. All of those masterpiece cards are worth actually are worth getting graded. And like I was saying earlier, I would grade 10 cards a year and 10 comic books a year. That would be a total of $500 spent, about $500 spent on grading stuff. So that would be like budget. This is the cable card. So the cable card, as soon as I know what number it is, I can tell you. That's the cable card right there. Nice. Still a good looking card, actually. It's not great, but it's okay. Cable is number... Can't see that number. It's too dark in here. I think that's number 18. While that's looking that up, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Storm card. Put that in a sleeve. Okay, the cable card that I just showed you. Ungraded, it's very low. It's $1 to $5. There's not a lot of demand on this one. Ungraded. Graded at level 9 will be $11.50 to $25. Graded as a level 10 gem mint can be 72 commanded prices of $72.99 to $149. So about $150. There have been 54 total auction sales for this card. Cable needs more love. Should get his own movie. That would be good. Who was the last guy who played Cable? I forgot his name. Josh Brolin. That's right. Thank you. This is the Storm card. Some of you might remember Storm being played by Halle Berry. I think that's the only person that I remember ever playing Storm. I think. Storm's card number is... Can't see it. I think that's 86. Okay, it's the last one. By the way, I have the rain as the background sound, but there's actually rain going on in my house right now. So that's why it's so dark in this room right now, because it's really dark outside. It's actually raining. Okay, this is the Storm card, number 86. So the ungraded card is nothing to be, excited about. It's $1.63 to $3 basically. The level 8 graded card is $5 to $15.99. Level 9 is $6.57 to $29.99. And then the level 10 grading on this card, which is Gem Mint, is $66 to over $207. There have been 630 level 10 graded cards. That's a lot. That's why this is not going to be a lot. There's been a lot of 1,346 PSA 9s, so level 9s. There's been a lot of gradings on this card, man. That's crazy. But still, $200. Not bad. I'm trying to... There we go. That's all right. You've seen it. So there we go. Let me see if there's any other one that I want to grab real quick. Actually, I have a Spider-Man set. Okay. I have these 3 cards. This is a Spider-Man. This is from a different collection. This is from... I don't know who this is from. Give me a second. I gotta look. Okay, this is a Marvel 1992 Spider-Man, but let me see if I can find it first. I forgot which collection this is. Marvel 1992 Spider-Man #1. Okay. Marvel Universe. That's what it's called. Okay. So we are going to say 1992 Marvel Universe card #1. This was the first one of the collection. Venom is number 108. Number 108. And number... Oh, I missed the B. Number 120. So this is Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage. And the reason why these cards, if I'm going to hold them together, these cards used to be later on sold as a set because people would frame these. Oh, let me get over here. So people would frame those 3 cards together. Individually. Spider-Man. It was not a prototype. I don't know why it's saying prototype. Venom. And Carnage. Okay. I can't get a price for the Spider-Man one because supposedly it's mixing it up with the prototype. It should be the supervillains one. I'm going to say it again in a moment. So that's not giving me a good price. I don't see in level 10 of the Venom one, but it's saying that the Venom sold for $12, a level 8 graded, and a level 9 graded sold for $35. This was in 2025. I believe that it can get more, especially the fact that this is probably a 10, and they don't have any 10s, so we'll have to see that. And then the Carnage one, they only have listed an 8.5, and I know this is a 10, and they have this one for $99 on eBay. So try the #1 not prototype. Because I know this one's worth a lot more. There it is. Now we get the information. So a level 9 graded Spider-Man Marvel Universe of 1992 card collection. Graded level 9. $20 to $74.99. $75. By the way, we did away with the pen. They're doing away with the penny, so we're not going to be doing 99 anymore. It's going to be like rounded numbers. Or fives. These are rare and can command. The level 10 could be anywhere from $89 to $209, depending on the market. And let's see. There is one listed right now on Whatnot that's going for $1,200. It's level 10. So that's pretty good. There's been a total graded of 77, but we don't know how many of those were graded level 10. But we definitely have a level 10 in our hands. So let me try. I'm just writing numbers now. 108. It knows. It should know the collection I'm talking about. Yeah, it does. It's so good. Okay, so the Venom one. I want to see if it has any other listings. Oh, there's a 9. A 9, there's a 10. A 10 could be anywhere from 31 to 112. I gotta be honest, all of these cards are commanding at least a value of around $100 or more. So if we think about the number of cards that we just went through, if I were to sell all these cards for $100, if they were graded, we've gone through 3 sleeves, 4 sleeves, 9 each. $900 and 4. What is that? I can't do math right now. 36? Is that right? Wait, is that right? Yeah. I think so. Yeah. $3,600. If we just sold them all for $100. If we were great. If we had them graded. Obviously, we don't have them graded. That's this one we're talking about. Okay, last one to just check this one. 120. This is the Carnage one. You know, if I wanted to sell these quick, I could say they're basically practically new and sell them for $50 ungraded and be like, hey, $50, get it graded. You can freaking double your money. And you know somebody will buy it. Somebody that'll be like, oh, double my money. All I have to do is pay $25 to get it graded? Yes. Okay, so the Carnage one, which is this one here. That one is, I'm just going to, it doesn't matter the ungraded one because we're not going to sell them ungraded. This one is level 8 would be $12.50. Level 9 would be $25. Level 10 is really sad. It says $34. But there's been, that's so weird. That is a very low amount for these. I am surprised Carnage is so low. But that's what it is. Anyways, we'll hold on to that one. We won't be grading that one. Maybe the set will sell better. Okay. I'm surprised. Who played Carnage? Maybe it's whoever... See, this is what I mean about... It depends on who plays Carnage sometimes. Or plays the actual character. Because if it's not a good guy... If it's not a, like... Somebody that people, like, respect or like... They may not do so well. That's the way I see it. Okay, that's done. All right, so let me take off my glove. Woohoo! My museum glove. So let's talk about DaggerHeart for a little bit before I have to go. So I was, in fact, there's two things I want to look at. I want to look at these sticker machines, but I wanted to wait for Hyde to be back, and because it's a cricket machine. And then I also want to look at I think some sticker video that I wanted to see. Speaking of which, let me look at this for a second. Yeah, there's somebody selling a level 9 one for $350. Guys, if I grade my stuff, I can easily charge less than what they're worth and still make money. Here's somebody selling one for $1,200 or for $1,000. Level 10. Yeah, I'm telling you. I need to get my cards graded. The only problem is it takes like 60 to 70 days turnaround. So 60 days would be 2 months. So it'd be like 2.5 months, let's say. So if I send them out grade this next month, so June, it'd be like June, July, August. So somewhere between August and September, we'd be getting our cards back. And then we would put them up to list. Yeah. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. I gotta make a quick call. Okay, I'm back. I'll try again in a moment. Oh, all right. Let me see. You know what? I don't think I'm going to watch these videos, so I'm going to save that. But I do want to talk about DaggerHeart really quickly. So I don't know if Brink is probably still working or something, but I'm not sure if Brink is going to be interested in playing. I hope he is. I know Guino's interested. I hope Brink is. I was going to ask Rax and Finn. I was going to keep just the party small. Kind of interested? Okay, cool. And I honestly, I want to see if we can get Hyde to play. So if we can get Hyde to play DaggerHeart, that would be really great. So one of the things that I did is I printed out, I made literally hard copies. Like these are hard cardboard of the character sheets. And so the character sheet in the front is regular, and then the back is all the character information of what they're able to do and whatnot. This is basically what you would be filling out. Now, I watched Critical Role last night doing this because they did session 0 where they were making their characters. And then I was also looking at the information that's available on how to walk through it. Hi, at work, just checking in. Forgot to bring in speaker for this computer, so I can't hear him. Good to see you. Hyde will play if there is a cat or shark race. There is a cat race, and so that's what I think she's going to do. So anyways, it's really... Making the character is really easy. It's not difficult at all. That's what's so cool about this. Because as you walk through the cards, like if you pick the race you pick, it tells you, okay, this one has this bonus or whatever. But it is so cool how easy it is to make these, to fill these things out. Same old, no problem, brother. So, anyway, so we're gonna do that now. There is, I printed it out too. Hold on. Now there is a quick start adventure, which is this here. And I went ahead and printed that out. It's about 39 pages. But the reason why it's 39 pages is because it has obviously... Hold on. The first 2 pages are the introduction of telling, hey, this is what we're doing, whatever. And then it starts kind of explaining the characters, and then it gives you an example sheet of how to fill one out, whatever. This is just an example. And then what's cool about this is this. This is the part I love. So they give you this sheet. That's a sidebar sheet. Okay, this is a sidebar sheet. Now, the way these sheets work is you put your character sheet on top of it and move it to the right or the left. And watch this. This is so cool. So I'm trying to put this so we can see it. So you see now wherever the arrow is, oh, I'm on the wrong side. I'm sorry. Wherever the arrow is, it points at what each piece of the character sheet is. So therefore, it explains it. Now, if you do this and you move the sidebar sheet to the other side, it does the same thing and it will explain what each section does. That's pretty cool. So anyway, there's that. So, now, this quick start adventure guide, this quick start is a quick adventure to get you started. And it has characters created already. It has 5 characters. Okay? And each character is already set up for you. It has a character. It has the character sheets. It has, obviously that's the explanation of the character sheet. And it has the loadout, which is basically, if I could do this right, this is their community. This is like their ancestry, where they come from. This is their race, which is the elf. This over here is their subclass. These are the cards, but they're printed on here. And then down at the bottom, you have your 2 domain cards. Now, your domain cards are your abilities or your spells. Okay, and they tell you what each one does. And we're not going to look at this. So this is a loadout already ready. So basically, this is a character ready to go. So there's 5 of these characters already set up for this quick adventure. So you get 5 of your friends, or 4, and you give them, and you let them choose which one they want. And once you do that, and I have 5 of them here, I'm not going to show you every single one, but they're all basically exactly the same how I just showed you. And then once you have, everyone has theirs, and there's a couple of things that they'll need to fill out. Like at the bottom here, there's a little section. Let me show you this section real quick. I'm trying to angle this so you can see it. At the bottom here, there's a connections area. And this is like between characters. Create connections with your party before beginning a play. Assign at least one of these relationships to a character. I trust you with my life. I once considered you close. I owe you a favor. And you can choose who you get that to. Now, the other thing you can do is here, there's answers. There are a couple of questions. Give me a second. I'm trying to angle this. So here, why do you think King Emrys trusts you more than anyone else to deliver this package? Now, that's part of the story, and you can give your own answer for this specific character. So there are little questions here that you get to like answer. The other part, let me see, which I think is cool about this is that you, with the DM, you figure out what your experiences are. Now, notice the experiences are things that you make up. Like, for example, in this character, he's a royal mage, so he put that in. So anytime something that you're doing has to do with you being a royal mage that will benefit from it, you would add a +2 to that roll. Now, also, not on my watch is another experience that he's done, which is basically maybe he's very sentinel. Maybe he notices things. He doesn't let things slide. So if there's ever an occasion of an action roll that the not on my watch will help, then you would include that +2. And you can assign these experiences with your DM and decide, hey, my character is good at this. He does sleight of hand. He does a lot of puppet shows so he can distract. So let's give him an experience of puppeteer master or something. And that means that maybe he'll have even better sleight of hand when he does something with that. So that's kind of how you build those experiences, which I thought was really cool. Now, anyways, once you pass out all your character sheets, then there's this. This is the Game Master's Adventure Guide on this same quick start adventure. And it basically walks through the introduction. It tells about the character packets. It walks the players through the character packets together. It then explains teaching the game, so it will go through this information here, and the GM will explain the game to the players, explain the character sheet, things along that lines. It will then give them how the dice affects the rolls. So it has a lot of information that you're basically going to just read through. Okay, so that's kind of what you're going to do. Now, when you get through that, and then you explain a sample sheet like we just did earlier, then you get into the meat and potatoes of what the story actually is. But before that, you then have something that says teaching the guide continue. So this is where you go over the mechanic overview, you know, how to fight, basically just the meat and potatoes of the game. Pretty simple. It's a one pager. And in the end, before you get started, it has the narrative overview of the I think it's 5 acts of this quick start. There are 5 acts in here, and it explains what each one is. Obviously, you're not going to read that to your players because you don't want them to know what each act is about. But then when you're ready to start, each act is broken down into a sheet. And there it is. And it tells you how do you start, the beginning, the first action roll, what happens if it's a success, what happens if it's a failure, what you do from that point, and then you continue. It walks through basically 5 acts. And 2 of the acts have part 1 and part 2, but they're not long at all. And you can really get through, by the way, thank you for the follow. Good to see you. You really can get through this in one sitting just to get to know. So you can have one session of doing this quick start, and that way you can learn the game, and then you can start your own adventures. So pretty neat. I'm really excited to do this. So I think that I'm going, like I said, I'm going to ask Rax. I'm going to ask Finn. I forgot what Finn's real name is. I'm going to tell Hyde that she has to do it regardless. And I'm going to give her the kitty cat because there is a kitty cat in this one. I want Guino to be in it. And I also want Brink to be in it. And this will be a one session to start off with. And then after that, we can decide if we want to actually do an ongoing campaign. And then we can decide if we want to schedule that and when. So that's kind of what I want to do. And I'm hoping that you guys will be on board on that. So I've already handpicked the people I want to be in. Is there a hamster ranger? I'm not. Is there a hamster race? I don't know that there is, but if there is, you can be it. But there is a frog race, which is called a ribbit. And you can be a frog ranger. Or a goat ranger. There is a Catman Rogue, yes. You made a character last night, Mr. Fulton is a Catman Rogue. Nice. Sen Papi Chiron. Nice. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So anyway, so that's kind of what I've been looking at for DaggerHeart. There's a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of really good stuff in the game. I haven't had a chance to read through everything, but I've been, let me bring up the website real quick. I'm going to read your comment. Give me 1 second. I'll be right there. I'll bring up the website in a moment. Hello, I'm curious to learn about DaggerHeart. I'll look forward to your game if you stream it. Yes, I will stream it when we do it. I believe so. If not, I'll record it and then I'll upload it to YouTube and I'll tell you there. But I am really interested in starting as a newbie because of the fact that it is so easy to start off. Now, one of the things that I love about it so far is I love the hope and fear mechanics in it, because you roll these 12-sided die. One is a hope die, one is a fear die, and whichever one of those two, like instead of rolling a d20, you roll 2 of those, 2 12s, and you add them together, and that will be the number. But depending on which one of those dies is higher means whether you get a hope or the GM gets a fear. Now, what happens with that? Well, I'll tell you the fear part. If the GM gets a fear, that means they can use that fear at any time during the campaign or the session and use it to make it even more dangerous or exciting, to add something that's going to be a challenge in it. And like maybe an additional monster, maybe something dark and mysterious is going to, you don't know. So it's like very intense. The other thing is you don't have to do math. It's very easy. The other one is, oh, and by the way, yes, you don't have to do math. Why? Because watch this. So one of the greatest things, I'll tell you that in a second. Let me finish this conversation. So the hope is the same thing. You get a hope and you can do something good with the hope. If you have 2 hope, I think you can use your experience. spend 2 hopes. Or you can also use a hope to get rid of something. I can't remember that exactly, but this is something I want to show you. You said, do I have to do math? I have to do math? No. So I want you to look at the hit points. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Give me 1 second. Okay, there it is. I want you to look at the HP above the word hope, HP and stress. They're just little blocks. It's not numbers. You don't have to do math. You don't have to be like, oh, how many points do I take off? No, it's just 1. 1 to 3. You either mark 1 HP, 2 HP, or 3 HP, depending on the severity of the damage. And the severity of damage comes when you're actually building the stuff. But it's so much simpler than all these crazy adding things. So yes, the attacks are very similar to D&D, where you'll roll whatever die you need for to take the hit or to make the hit and stuff like that. Your evasion, if it's bigger, it's kind of like your armor, but it's not. So it's freaking so cool. I've been looking at. I'm going to try to do. We'll do a stream where I just talk about this and I kind of explain what I know. That way we'll get ourselves ready. But it's really, let me tell you, it is so much simpler than getting so complicated with D&D. Now I love D&D and what we've played so far, and I'm enjoying it. But it is so much simpler as long as I can still roll math rocks. Yes, you can. Don't worry about it. So you're fine. So the other thing about this game, it is a little bit more narrative. So there's a little bit more role playing involved in it rather than just straight on just action the whole time. So I think that's a good thing too. The only downfall that I have heard about and that I've kind of was seeing is that you basically have to figure out how the physical world works. The physical world in this environment is not necessarily set in concrete yet. So how something reacts, like when you do, like some of the spells are vague. Some of the spells, like I think somebody was talking about this, they said that, you know, like the radius of the spell may be a little vague as far as what it's going to hit. So you have to like, the DM is going to have, they call him a GM here, but basically the DM is going to have to make some decisions on how certain things will affect the world physically, you know? So that's where it's going to vary. But that's a good thing, because that means that we get to make this world the way we want it to be. I can hear now, forgot Twitch on phone works. Nice. So there's a lot of good things here. There's a lot of room for really role-playing and really making the world your own. And by the way, this quick start guide that I was talking about that we should do, by the way, Guino, what I was saying was I wanted to do the quick start adventure and do that one to start off with. And I want to invite you. I want to invite Brink. I want to invite Hyde. I want to invite Rax and Finn. And so if I can get the 5 of you in, then we can do, and if only the 4 of you, that's fine. I want to be able to just do that one in one session. So that's what I'm thinking. And do that to start off with, get our feet wet, and then we'll create a campaign after that, if anybody's interested from that point forward. So yeah, a lot of great things. I wanted to put all my cards into a sleeve so that I have them and I don't mess them up with my dirty fingers. And I have all of, and here's the other great thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but I told Guino was like, I'm going to buy the digital. And I said, you don't need the digital right now, because obviously, you know, unless you're going to run a campaign, you don't really need all of the rule book. I have the rule book. That's really all, you know, it's fine. But there's a lot of resources to get started that are free. Let me see if I can find this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get you on desktop here. So if you go here and you go to resource, this is DaggerHeart.com, and you go to resources and you go to downloads. When you go here, everything, and I hope this comes up faster than it did yesterday, everything you need is downloadable and ready to go here. It's really player-driven story-wise. Yes, it is heavy on role-playing for story-driven by characters, by the players, rather than just depending on freaking the game to tell you the freaking story. So DaggerHeart.com, go to download section under resources, and you can download your character sheets and guides, your additional sheets that are more information. You can print for the play cards if you want to print them out, you know, if you want to have them, whatever. Blank maps if you need them. Campaign frame materials, The quick start adventure guide. Now, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys, the people that I named that I want to invite you to play this, I don't want you to look at the quick start adventure. Do not look at it. Do not read it. I don't want you to know what the adventure is. So if you are going to play with me, of those 5 people that I just mentioned, if you download the quick start adventure, don't read it. Stay away from it. Okay? At least don't read the adventure part. You can read everything else. You can look at the characters. You can look at the mechanics on how to play it. You can look at the explanation of how to play the game or how to make the character and all that stuff. If you want to do that, we would do that as a whole on session 0, which will be the whole session anyways. But if just don't read the adventure itself, because then you will ruin it. You'll know the story already. Let's see. It definitely is more in the style of how Critical Role plays D&D. There's also the Sablewood location, so I believe these are more maps and so forth. So all of this stuff is free download. The only thing that you'd have to pay for is if you wanted to have the cards. So you have to pay for the cards. You pay for a hard copy, or you just print out the cards that you have here. They just don't have pretty pictures. The other thing that you would need to pay for if you didn't get is if you wanted the rule book, you can pay for a digital. I think it's RPG. Let me see. Hold on. RPG drive-through. You can get a digital, and then you'll get the digital PDF of the rule book, or you can order it online if you want it. But if you order and pay for the hard copy, you will get a digital for free, just so you know. Let me see what else. Session 0. Let me see if I can click on this. Disregard this. I'm not going to look at that. Now, moving forward, coming soon, this is something that I'm looking forward to, is the DaggerHeart card creation. Now, I know I'm sitting right behind this, so let me see if I can do this. There we go. So anyways, the DaggerHeart card creator is going to allow you to make your own cards. That is so awesome. And by the way, there's a whole global license thing if you want to create products for this actual game. They tell you all the licensing. They tell you all the stuff you do. They welcome it as long as you follow the guidelines and you put their marketing material on it, like, the right logos and everything. But it's freaking awesome. You can make your own set of adventure cards, of powers, of abilities, or whatever, of domains, of races, whatnot. And that's so awesome. I can't wait for this to come out. There is so much it can do. And by the way, if you're ever thought about like you get into D&D and you're like, I wish I could make materials for this, but so many other people are making materials, this is the game. It's just starting now. You could start implementing stuff into a brand new game. Nord already gatekeeping perfect GM. Nice. I'm just saying, don't ruin the story for yourself by reading, oh, I know what's going to happen here. It's a quick start adventure. Let's see what happens. If you want to use the full interactive character generator on the site, you have to download their digital version. I had to use a PDF editor to make mine. So yeah, I would say I don't think this is available yet, but this is the part I'm looking for. Anyways, that's that. So a lot of good stuff. By the way, the other thing is there's a couple of other classes. If we wanted to try these out when we actually start a physical campaign, if you go to the Void, these are test characters that they've actually are trying out, and you can download the sheet and the cards that go with it. And it's the Warlock and the Fighter. So really, really excited, really interested in doing this. Does this fall under co-working? Yes, it does, by the way, because this is kind of my work too. Because guess why? I'm gonna wrap work around this, and it is Casual Friday, by the way. So this is where we can wrap up game stuff into work. The reason why this fits into co-working for me today is because of the fact that this area here, the DaggerHeart card creator, is going to be an idea for me to create a set of cards, whether they're races, whether they're spells, abilities, or domain. They are domains, or heritage, subclass, whatever. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to create some packs. And so I'm going to create those packs, and I'm totally going to sell them. So yes, this is definitely on the realm of research and development for working. Just so you know. Anyhow, as you can tell, I'm really excited about this. If you are on YouTube and you want to see more information on how to create the stuff, on my Discord, by the way, and let me just put my Discord in there somewhere. I know my YouTube is all over the place. I apologize, but I watch a lot of stuff. So on my Discord, and I'll put my Discord here, and I'll put my socials there just so you have them. So everything is in the chat. In my Discord, I actually made a channel for, specifically for DaggerHeart. And what I'm doing is I'm dropping in videos, and I'm going to go to Critical Role, for example. And they're all Critical Role videos. And you can go to Critical Role and watch them there if you don't want to join. You don't have to join the freaking Discord for this, by the way. If you go to Critical Role and you go to videos and you want to see their latest videos, you'll see that they have these videos here, but you're not going to know what order to watch them in. But there's a lot of basically get your sheet together, and it tells you what is the get your sheet together videos. It tells you how to create a character. It shows you how to level up in this game. It also shows you how to play, basically. It explains it. And they're very quick videos, like 6 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, whatever. And so they're going to keep releasing these as they get going. Now, the other thing is if you want to watch if you want to watch Critical Role run the game, they are playing a session called Age of Umbra, which last night they did, and it's here somewhere. Maybe it's not here. I don't know. It should be like the latest one, but it's not listing here. Last night they did it's not here. I can't believe that. Session 0, which is them creating the game. I'm sorry, them setting up their characters. I have it on Beacon, I think. And they're going to do this coming Thursday, which is next week, coming Thursday, May 29th, they're going to do the first session. So make sure you watch that if you want to see them play it, and you'll see how it's played. So it's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just going to check something out really quickly. Yeah, character creation is right here from last night. So I'm obviously not going to play this whole thing because you have to be a member to actually watch this. But this was on YouTube, so it is there somewhere. So they actually went ahead and created their characters. And I'm just going to stop it here. And of course, creating a character, they'll be able to choose, they'll play wizard, which kind of wizard, what subclass, blah, 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 and so forth. A lot of cool information. That's on Beacon, though. I know they have it here on YouTube, but you just have to find it. In fact, I had a link. On my... Nice, concept in progress. Very nice. So this was last night. Let me see if it goes to YouTube. So it's members only right now. So last night it was available. It's on Beacon. I'm sure it's going to be available in the next couple of days. I think usually by Monday it'll be available. But that's session 0. It was available last night. It was live. Not live, but it was live made public. Let's just say the podcast. So good stuff. So anyways, we are going to definitely be getting into this. And I hope you come along and join me. And I hope you guys that I asked will be part of it. We will see. You never know. Anyhow, 2:46. I've got my last little bit of coffee, and you know what happens when I end my coffee, right? When my coffee is done, I'm done. So we're all done. I want you to have a great day. It's Friday, so I hope you get to call it off early. I hope you get to relax. It is a long weekend, so for most of you, I hope. So enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I'm actually going to probably be around tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a morning stream like I usually try to do. But if not, I'm sure at some point there will be some time for me to actually get on and play something. Usually I like to play something on the weekends, but if I'm working on something, because I work on the weekends as well, and I want to share it with you, I will do that. I'm currently working on some sticker designs, so I'll probably try to finish those up. Maybe I'll have you guys watch, and you guys can critique me and tell me that it looks ugly and that you don't want me to ever make any more art again. Something along that lines. That would be really motivating for me, so I appreciate that. So, other than that, I hope you have a great weekend. And if I don't see you, I will see you next week. And I don't know what's going on Monday, so it might be Tuesday. So we'll see. Anyways, just keep an eye out. Discord, social media, whatever, and you'll know what's going on. So until next time, take care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon. By the way, if you guys, Guino, Brink, Hyde, Rax, Finn. I don't think Finn watches this, but if you guys see this, hear this, want to ask me about getting together stuff, let's go ahead and talk in Discord, and we can set up a general group chat for us on DM, so we don't have to be talking all over the place on Discord. It's up to you guys, but we'll see. But I'd be really interested in playing with you guys. Anyways, I'm out. Take care of yourself. Peace.